Hi there, everyone. This is the ABCs of RPGs Take 2. Let's do this again. We are teaching you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. Today, we are doing Dungeons & Dragons, the Essentials Kit. I'm your game master for the evening, Spencer Reese, and of course, I have my players. We have Dalton.
Hi everybody, I'm Dalton. I'm going to be playing UFO Fizzwizzle, the halfling wizard with a love for the explosive arts.
Yeah, then we have Justin.
What's up? I'm Justin. I'm going to be playing Dr. Chris Rivers, retired combat medic, part-time doctor, part-time pro wrestler. And I've been traveling with my boy, the dwarf, from the mountains, Dan. I hope I'm pointing to you the right way in the stream.
I think you are.
He's like down in the corner. It's fine. It works. I'll move it.
I do everything right. First time. Every time. That's not good.
And timestamp.
Dan, you want to lead us off? Yeah.
I was next. Sorry. It's like we just did this, and I did it fine the first time, and the second time through, it's like, whoa, what's up, everyone? I'm Dan. We'll get it in post. What's up, everyone? I'm Dan. I'll be playing Bjorn Mountainside. He's a dwarf fighter with a kind of somewhat mysterious noble past, and he is in a wrestling troupe with Doc Rivers. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, and Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Hopefully I sound okay this time. I am playing Nivara. I am an elven bard. I am traveling along with my twin Novo, who we will introduce shortly. And I am a non-traditional bard, or untraditional, I don't know that word. I am an acrobatic. Acrobat's the word. Yeah, I can speak. And my specialties are the trapeze and silks. And also I'm the better twin.
Oh, and then we have Christian.
Hello, my name is Christian. I am playing Novo Adar. He is a high elf bard who believes that he can change the world with the power of music. And of course, I'm the twin to the other one over there, she mentioned. Unfortunately.
So yes.
Oh, you're the mean twin.
So yeah. So everyone here. Last week we did our session 0. So our whole goal of the ABC's RPGs is obviously to teach you about tabletop role-playing games. What tabletop role-playing games are is like a improvisational storytelling mixed with some rules and dice to kind of bring some structure to it. Like I mentioned earlier, today we're going over Dungeons & Dragons, specifically the second starter set they came out with called the Essentials Kit. Now, the adventure we're running is called Dragon of Icespire Peak. And how we are running this is, last week we did our session 0 where we created our characters. Most of us are veteran D&D players, but Christian has only played a couple of different sessions. So what we're going to be doing is making sure we're explaining things clearly as they kind of come up. Today, we're doing our session 1 and slowly easing into things. Luckily, I have a fantastic group with me today. Dalton, could you switch to the map screen?
I can.
Perfect. So what Dalton is bringing up, this here is the map of the Sword Coast. So what we kind of discussed is that you guys started out in the town of Neverwinter. Hopefully my little ping showed up there. Mm-hmm. And you are traveling down the high road south and then east on Tribord Trail to Fandolin. And that's where we're going to start our adventure out. So the party briefly discussed how everybody kind of came together. In our session last week, we kind of had like some good kind of like creation together and about like how you guys formed together because we decided that it was a troop you guys were in, but how you landed in Fandolin was the last competition you didn't quite work out for everybody. Would you guys like to kind of summarize like what kind of happened there in that failed competition and Neverwinter?
We got served. That's what happened. We got served. I'll never recover.
Yes,
I might
you will.
recover.
You'll recover. Time heals all wounds.
Thank you, Bjorn.
Yes.
We were bested because we didn't work as a team.
Not only that, but that referee was bought.
Bought and paid for. Bought
The
and
ref-
paid for, I
The
said.
judges all bought and paid for. It was a total scam. We had no chance of winning that.
I mean, I did miss that one trick, and then you actually hit me in the face the one time. But this, irregardless.
And they kind of did have a flawless performance, but yeah,
It was really great to watch. It was so good.
it was
I was
beautiful.
like, wow, I was underprepared.
I was
Very underprepared.
I was also underprepared. I was a little hungover, to be honest with you.
I know. That third bottle of wine was a total mistake.
Yeah, the mead, man.
Right before the match, too. Really bad.
Yeah. I mean, you drink it like sports drink, you know? Just not good.
Can you guys remind us why we're going to Fandolin, of all places? Like, I know we royally messed up in Neverwinter. It wasn't my explosion's fault. That all went flawlessly, I think. It didn't distract
no,
from your performances
your
at all.
art was beautiful.
Right, thank
Your
you.
art was
I
beautiful.
appreciate it. But Fandolin, of all places, I don't think have any of you guys even heard of this place before?
No.
Where there's work, there's work.
That's
Why,
a good
of course. I've heard of Fandolin. Fandolin is talked about as a great starting place for many new adventurers. And while it seems that our careers here have, well, I think we could do better. So.
Dr. Rivers? Do better? Dr. Rivers is always doing his best.
30 people.
But maybe we could improve.
Yeah, like there could be some.
Why are we all being quiet? Do I have schmutz on me?
No, you're good.
Are the voices talking again?
Whoa. We didn't say anything about voices when I signed up for this.
Who's hearing voices?
I'm not hearing voices.
I definitely don't hear people screaming all the time when things get quiet.
Oh boy. Okay.
Anyway, this town looks nice.
This looks like a great town.
Yeah, can we
I
see
wonder
it
if
over,
that-
And I'm walking.
over the horizon yet, Spencer? Can we like see Fandolin from where we're at?
Sure, yeah. As you're approaching, what you hear or what you see, nestled in the rocky foothills of the snow-capped Soar Mountains is the mining town of Fandolin, which consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings. Crumbling stone ruins surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Fandolin residents are quiet, hardworking folk that came from distant cities to eke out a life amidst the harsh wilderness. They are farmers, stonecutters, blacksmiths, traders, prospectors. I hope they prosper. Prospectors and children. The town has no walls and no garrison, but most of the adults keep weapons within easy reach in case the need for arms should arise. Visitors are welcome here, particularly if they have coin to spend or news to share. The Stone Hill Inn at the center of town offers modest lodging and meals. A couple of doors down from the inn, posted outside the townmaster's hall, is a job board for adventurers. Now let me switch us to the Fandolin map. Boop. So you guys should see the Fandolin map now, right?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is everybody should have access to their characters in their handouts section of Roll20. I'm going to start bringing your tokens out and just slowly introducing you guys. So we'll have, let's see here. Here is, we'll do Dr. Rivers first. Boom, Dr. Rivers. All right, here's Dr.
Oh, there he
Rivers.
is.
Yeah. We have Dr. Rivers. We have Bjorn Mountainside.
Nice. Oh wait, can I move it? Oh. Yeah, we're going all over town.
Naivara. There you are. You guys, everybody should be able to move their characters. Novo. There we are. There's Novo. And then last but not least, we have UFO. All right. Here's our 5 troop of adventuring entertainers. So, as you guys may notice, each of their tokens correspond to their colors. Oh, I guess Dan and Justin seem to be switched up, but that's okay. We'll fix that later. So all of you have entered the town of Fandolin. Now, other than what I've described it before, let's see here. You guys have each of the locations here in town. Here, I'll kind of move so you guys can see everything. Each of the locations that you see here in town are places you can go to. There, of course, is the Barthen's Provisions, Stonehill Inn, Shrine of Luck, Lion Shield Coaster, Fandolin Miners Exchange, Harbin Wester's Home, and the Town Master's Hall. And as this described, just outside the Town Master's Hall is an adventurer's board, a job for adventurers. Now, I've discussed this with you guys, but I'll just reiterate for everybody who's watching the stream how this Essentials kit is set up. Not only some of the major changes that are different is it allows you to make your own characters, whereas in the Essentials kit it kind of just gave you pre-made characters to play. This one allows you to make your own character, which is what we did last session. Ashley, are you signed in under my name or are you signed in under yours? I think I gave you access to your character. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying it. You might have to drag your token onto there. Oh, I know why you can't use yours, Justin. It's because I got to give you access to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Can be controlled by Justin. All right. Justin, you should be good now. Ashley, I'm not sure why. Can you drag your token out at all?
Questionable.
Well, I'll just keep moving on from here, and then we'll figure out your token here in a second. Try dragging it out onto the map and see if that works. So the differences between you, this kind of gives you pre-made characters, but how the leveling system works in here compared to the D&D starter set is it's by milestone. Now, for veteran people, they may kind of know what milestone leveling is. Essentially, instead of keeping track of experience points by how many monsters you fought and stuff like that, it's more so by story beats within the adventure. How this one specifically works is that as you complete quests, you get to level up. So as you kind of go to the quest board and figure stuff out and like take on a quest and do it, you get to hit certain levels. But once you hit enough levels with some of the beginner quests, those won't give you levels in the adventure anymore. So we'll kind of go from here. But the party, what do you guys want to do?
Where are we entering the town from? Like which one of these roads?
I think it's from Tribord Trail, so probably from the north up here.
Okay, so we're coming in from the north down there. Do we see anybody out, or is the town kind of empty at the beginning?
So it's probably about. I'm guessing you guys. I'm guessing it's probably about in the evening. So like between 3 and 4 o'clock. Let's say it's 3:30. It's 3:30 in the evening, and you guys are kind of walking into town. Since most of this town are like farmers or like prospectors, You do see a few blacksmiths kind of working on, like, hammering some metal in their shops and stuff like that, and maybe a few people, traders, are kind of like have some posts out on the street. But it's not that big of a town. The total population is probably between, like, I'm gonna say 30 to 40 people at most. And the people you see running the streets, most people aren't really shopping. They're just kind of like positioned and have, like, their wares out and such like that. The only ones who are like running about are children. So small children kind of running to and forth, unsupervised, and not, pretty young, because once you hit an age of working, then you are out in those fields or out prospecting. So.
Right.
Are people like staring as we're walking into town, or are they kind of like keeping to themselves and keeping to their work?
They as you guys walk in, they probably just ignore you. And the reason why that is they've seen adventurers come through. Maybe a few of them will call out to you and say, "Hey, money, do you got money? Come buy my wares." But for the most part, they don't look at you with like awe or anything like that. You guys walking in are unrecognizable. They just see another adventuring group that's kind of come in, and they're just kind of eyeing you down or calling you over to buy their items.
In response to that, actually, I'll say back, why, yes, I'm actually looking for a hand crossbow. Anybody that would specialize in such a weapon?
I'm guessing maybe you walked up to a fur trader. So a fur trader, he's got his foxes up, and he's like showing them. He goes, "Oh yeah, you're looking for supplies? It's gonna be Barthen's." And he points to you, like, across the street, because you're walking in from the Tribord Trail. So maybe you got to like this point right here, and he points across the street to Barthen Supplies. Oh wait, you're looking for? You said a crossbow? That's a weapon, right?
You got it. Deadly in the right hands.
And he points the
my hands.
Opposite direction.
I start snickering in the background.
Don't mind her. She's a poor orphan that I've brought along with us here.
Smack him on the back of the head. You take that back. I'm the older one.
Oh, always putting that and I've got to deal with this every single day, I tell you.
You invited me along. You're the one who messed up on the loot because you had your nose in some books at the thing, the competition, and it's fine. Just go get your crossbow, Novo.
Well, if it wasn't for my magic, you would have had a hell of a time with your broken limbs on the ground after you fell from that tightrope. I don't want to hear anything of it.
And I just kind of skulk off into the background.
Excuse me. Tall one that is taller than me. I have a question. Where is the tavern?
Are you referring to me? The fur trader looks at you. Yeah, that's Stonehill Inn. That's right over there. And he points just down the road next to Barthen's Provisions.
All right, bye, see ya. Thank you. And I just start, like, I look at Doc and I go, let's go, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you want a fur, a fox?
Nope. They smell bad.
You?
You're running away.
Do I look like I have money to you?
They smell bad.
I don't believe in wearing real animals. And I walk away as well.
Did you say it was Lion Shield Coaster? Was where the coaster?
Lion Shield Coaster is where the weapons are. Sorry, that's my mistake. Barthen's Provisions has like everything else equipment-wise. The fur trader communicates this to you over a small exchange. He's just like, "Oh no, sure. Lion Shield weapons, Barthen's as equipment."
Yes. Thank you.
Novo, you're a musician, right?
Well, of course.
What are you gonna shoot? What do you plan on shooting with that crossbow you're planning on buying?
Well, if sometimes I just can't do everything with song, although it displeases me greatly. If something were to happen to one of my instruments, which would be quite unfortunate, then I need a backup. We always need a backup, right?
I mean, my
Buy
backup
another
is
lute.
this, and I hold up a finger, and sparks emanate from my finger as I cast Prestidigitation.
Yeah, we saw how that went down.
Hey, the kids love it, and I grab a kid who's just playing, I grab him and I pull him over, and I'm like, you like this, right? And I cast Firebolt straight up into the air.
Yeah, that kid is 8 years old and he screams.
Oh.
He's wriggling, he's trying to get out of your grip.
I let go of the kid, but and he starts running.
Yeah, he runs away.
I loved this stuff when I was a kid. This was incredible. This town has no taste.
Yeah, well, soon the people of this town are going to think you're preying on little kids. We probably should get out of here.
All right, fine. I'm going to the tavern.
All
I
right,
believe
is everyone going to...
Bjorn and Dr. Rivers, Bjorn and Doc are already on their way.
Okay, so most of the party's running to the tavern or walking there. Navira, Novo, are you joining your party members in the tavern?
I think we need to buy a hand crossbow for my brother.
Okay, so the party's splitting already. So the twins are going down to Line Shield Coaster, while the rest of the party, here, I'll move you guys on the screen, kind of doing this kind of stuff. Well, the rest of the party is going to Stonehill Inn. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of pick up at Barthen's Provisions first, just because that's where it's a quicker, shorter distance. Or sorry, the Stonehill Inn. It's a shorter distance to that than Lounge Shield Coaster. So we'll pick up with UFO, Dr. Rivers, and Bjorn as they go to the Stonehill Inn. So let me reveal the NPC that's there. There we go. All right, and then let me kind of describe what's happening here. So, Stonehill Inn. This modest 2-story roadhouse has 6 rooms for rent on the upper floor. The proprietor, as you walk in, you notice that since it's 3:30 on a midday, there's nobody really in this inn drinking or on the bottom floor where the tables and stuff are set up, except for one lone old dude who's just drinking his cup dry in the tavern. There's nobody really else there. You see the proprietor, who is a short, friendly male human named Toblin Stonehill. He'll probably introduce you to him himself in a second. But he's just cleaning a glass at the bar. And as you guys kind of walk in, he goes, "Oh, hey, are you guys adventurers here?"
We are. How'd you know
Yes.
I mean, with all that armor and hats, I can tell you look like the adventuring sort.
That tracks.
Well, I'm guessing you're going to be looking for a room to stay in and everything. Or will you be staying here while you're in town?
Well, what are you charging?
Oh, well, it's just 5 silver pieces for a night. 1 silver piece for a meal.
Yeah, I think I have that much. I don't know. Sure.
Perfect. Well, since you're here, why don't you have a drink? Come take a seat.
Yes. That's what we came here for.
So are you guys going? Are you guys gonna sit down at the bar and everything?
Yeah, I'll pay and have a drink, and then as he serves me, I'm gonna take a gulp and go. So, do you have work for adventurers like us? I just gave you money. I'd like for you to give me money later.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, I personally don't have anything for you guys, but we have a quiz board further downtown. I'm not sure if you saw the Town Master's Hall just shortly down the road. There's a quest board out there, and it should have some stuff there. Harbin puts that stuff up, but he's not. He's been a bit scared lately, so he probably won't come out to meet you directly.
Scared?
Why scared?
Oh, yes. Well, you two really are new. Say, you didn't see a blur of white flying in the sky on the way here, did you?
Like a cloud?
No. Trees frozen, scratch marks on the ground.
No.
Nope.
Like a dragon?
Yeah, like a dragon.
Wow.
Oh.
We've nicknamed this thing, the few that have made it back without a frozen limb have called it Cryovane. This thing, it's the white dragon. Yeah, it's dangerous for sure. Essentially, not sure what's going on, but it's been terrorizing our places around here. And, I'm pretty sure that's what Harbin's been kind of putting on quests about, is just helping all the other folks who don't know about it, just like you, around town. On top of that, I mean, orcs have come down from the mountains to prey on the lowlands. Neverwinter doesn't send other help here, unless you guys want to. I heard the orcs will overrun this place and destroy everything we worked hard to rebuild. So, yeah, I don't think he has any quests up about the orcs, but definitely keep an eye out. They've been also terrorizing the ground around here.
Yes, we will. For sure. But for now, mead.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought I poured that for you. He pours you another.
I take 2. Don't know where I got the other one from.
Yeah, where did you get that other one?
Oh.
Did we get UFO a drink? Is that UFO?
No,
Did you
so,
take
yeah,
UFO's drink?
UFO, he's gonna come in a little bit later. Like he walks in through the doors, sees you guys already drinking. And UFO, he sees his new companions at the bar, and he walks up. These are like human-sized stools, right? Like human-sized bar. Yeah, UFO kind of like has to like lift and like pull himself up on top of the stool, and he kind of like has to get on his knees to like get all the way up there. Because UFO's pretty short, being a halfling and all. He's like, give me something strong.
Right. Of course. He gets you the same brown liquid and pours it into the mug and slides it to you.
Okay, I want to use prestidigitation to try to light it on fire. Does it light on fire?
Does beer light on fire? I think it has to be like a certain percentage of. Yeah, I didn't think. No, it doesn't.
It has to be like minimum 40%.
All right. Are you sure you don't have anything stronger than this?
Let me check the back. And he goes back and he brings out like a smaller like flask.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "This right here. It's gonna cost you a bit more, but it's the good stuff."
Oh, that's perfect.
He gets out a shot glass.
Mm-hmm.
And he pours in his shot glass and moves it towards you.
All right, I try to light that on fire.
It absolutely does.
Oh yeah, I slam that back right away.
On fire. Oh.
While it's
did
still
you
on
blow it
fire?
out?
No, while it's still on fire.
Okay. Can you give me a sleight of hand check? So what this is, guys, essentially, this is a flaming liquid that UFO is trying to get into his mouth and slide it down his throat while it's on fire. So I feel like there is a skill called Sleight of Hand, which is typically dexterous hand abilities. So I'm ruling this as a sleight of hand check to kind of see if he's able to just slide it back, knock it back without getting any of the flammable liquid on his body and be okay. So what did UFO roll for me?
We're about to find out.
So Dalton is rolling a d20 and adding his skill plus his proficiency into it, which is a +2 to the 3 that he rolled. So, it's a short, like, just little glass. So, like, as you're pouring it, just a tiny bit of liquid just falls out and kind of lands on your coat a bit and just is, like, on fire right there. It's not hurting you. It's just a little bit dripped on your robe a bit.
I'm gonna act like that was on purpose and just not acknowledge it. And hope
Toblin kind of looks
and hope that it burns out on its own.
Toblin looks at you and he goes, Yeah, you got something.
It's part of the theatrics of the event.
All right. Well, I was just, I'm guessing you guys know each other then, right?
Yeah, kinda. I think we're kind of getting started, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Just barely. And then Dr. Rivers uses thaumaturgy to snuff out
The fire.
the flame. Yes.
Perfect. Beautiful. So, yeah. He goes, well, I was just informing your friends about the white dragon and the orcs, so you best be careful while you're out there too, okay? Seen many adventurers come through and, well, sometimes they don't come back.
When's the last time someone didn't come back?
Well, they left at noon, so still got a day left.
They can still come back.
Yeah, you're right.
Do we want to cut to the twins?
Yes, let's cut to the twins. So, all right, Novo and Nivara. How are you two walking? Are you just like, do you have is Nivara leading? Is Novo does he have his head in a book? How are you guys kind of approaching the Lion Shield coaster?
Oh, yes, I'm leading the charge here. I have some. Let's see here. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually quite into a letter that I have, trying to come up with an answer to the question that it poses as we walk across the town to the coaster.
I'm just kind of fiddling with one of my silks as we're going through and kind of just practicing like manipulating my hands and doing different kinds of motions just to kind of ingrain for my next set. And in Nivara's mind, that's the only reason that she's walking behind Novo.
Yeah.
Because there has to be a reason. It can't just be that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, perfect. All right, hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue line painted on it. So, I'm guessing as you guys kind of open in, you see just like weapon racks. So there are just like swords and axes and all that kind of stuff just lined up like in rows in this kind of shop. All sorts of weapons ranging from, anything that's on the rule book equipment aisle under weapons. So great axes, regular hand axes, swords, long swords, short bows, all that kind of good stuff. At kind of like sharpening a blade in the back, you see the master of Fandolin Post, a sharp-tongued human woman of 35 named Linen Greywind. Linen? Linel. Linen? L-I-N-E-N-E. Greywind. So, here she is. Perfect.
Awesome. So, as soon as we...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so we're going to walk the door, and as soon as we do, I'm just going to call out and say, shopkeep! This dork here, and I'm gonna tussle his hair. This dork here wants a weapon.
Hey, newcomer. My name's Lionel. Can you refer to me as that?
Oh, this dork here wants to get a new weapon.
Oh, well, all right. That dork can purchase it from me. What kind of weapon is he looking for?
Sorry, I apologize for the lack of manners that my dear sister has. Surely a beautiful woman such as yourself would be able to point me in the direction of your finest hand crossbows.
Oh, dork. You don't have to flatter me with such words. But yeah, of course I can show you where all those are at. And she kind of takes you over to some like hand crossbows. Crossbows of all sorts. For all hand crossbows, light crossbows, and like heavy as well. Just kind of like shows you out. So yeah, so you guys are adventurers, right?
Yes. Well, new to the scene, at least, after our last foray into, from, oh, where did we come from?
Neverwinter.
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 Can't believe that you could forget that crap shoot of a show.
I'm trying to put it behind me.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I moved out here to get away from that awful city too. Too much noise, not enough human connection. Anyways, I'm looking for a crossbow. You already know where you're
Look.
heading out to?
If you need any human connection, I do have some right here.
Oh, dork, you're gonna have to
Although
slow
I'm
down.
an elf, so that's even better, right?
You might be too old for me.
He's only 200.
As I thought.
Well, while all this is happening, I imagine that Novo is perusing the crossbows and Linnell.
Linnell. Let's go with Linnell. I'm committing to Linnell now.
We're committing that him and Linnell, they're kind of flirting. They're pretty engaged with each other. While this is happening, I would like to try to steal the letter that Novo was reading because I am obviously a nosy sister.
Note?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that Novo was reading on the way in.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Yes.
I want to try to steal it from him because I'm nosy.
Okay. So yeah, so Linnell and Novo are kind of like looking at the crossbows. Novo, where did you place the note anywhere? Is it still in your hand? Did you put it in your back pocket?
I was kind of engrossed in it all the way until we got in, through the door, and she
started hitting on.
and Linnell.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I made it very clear that I wanted to try and be charismatic to get a good deal on a crossbow.
Yeah.
So I kind of just stuff it away in my side pocket or I guess pouch. I have equipment pack. Sure, it can be in there.
So I'm gonna say sleight of hand check from Ashley. Same kind of check as before because it's kind of like you're sneaking it out with your hand. It's going to be contested against Novo's perception. So can you give me a direct perception roll, Christian? So that's going to be your wisdom modifier, plus if you have proficiency in perception, go ahead and make a roll with your D20 and add those modifiers in there.
Okay. Yes.
Ashley rolled an 18. Pretty high, pretty sneaky.
Well, there we have it.
And against Christian's 15. Yeah.
It would have been a 22, because that's not with my modifier.
Oh, a 22. All right. Well, that's really high, and that's very good. Here's what happens, because I also rolled for Linnell. And if it was anything less, she would not have noticed you, but she may have rolled a natural 20. So, essentially, Novo, you have no idea what's going on. You're probably like twinging like the string on the crossbow or something like that. And Naivara, you're like pulling this like letter out, and you see the dart of you see Linnell's eye just kind of dart at your hand and back, but she doesn't do anything.
I noticed that, and while I'm kind of pulling it, I just kind of go, and then just start perusing other parts of the store.
She raises an eyebrow, but then goes back to the conversation with Novo.
Yeah, so I'm looking for something. Do you have any specials, any good deals on any hand crossbows, buy one, get one free, any sort of...
Right. Well...
You want a BOGO on the crossbow? Might be a no.
She looks at you, her face dropping the like friendly like kind of flattered look, and just kind of looks at you sternly and goes, "Look, you got to fight to survive. I do too. We have two different ways of doing that, and all those kind words and sweet talks will mean nothing when I'm out of money that I paid for this crossbow here, and you're out of town. I'm sorry, but price is what it is."
Fair enough. For this hand crossbow here, what would this set me back? How can I help you?
Let me refer to the rules because I did not have that pulled up. Christian, do you have the rule book up right now? Okay, cool. What is the price point? Does it say in there?
I will have to find it first.
Okay, while you're finding it, because like what it is that I'm just gonna play it. Different DMs will do different ways. I'm gonna play this as kind of like, hey, just whatever you see within the equipment or the weapons right there, and the price points that it has. If you have money for that, then we'll go ahead and do that. I forget. And when we were creating our characters, was there rules for gold? Because I know there are in the player's handbook, but did it show us any rule sets for how much money we would have?
Different backgrounds. It's normally in your background how much gold you start with.
Yep.
Okay.
The entertainer background is 15 gold pieces.
15? Okay.
15.
15.
What were you looking
So-
for?
Yeah.
Novo, a hand crossbow?
Oh my.
Oh.
Yes, it's 75 gold pieces. And I kind of mumble as I realize this.
Yeah,
or
the
I guess
price
maybe she say that. Maybe I find a price tag. On it or
Yeah, there's
something.
price tags under all the weapons, like all preset, no minus whatevers, no like slashed out prices. It is just a number on those tags, and that's what it is. And that's what she like turns to you and just nods, like, "Yep."
Very well. I take a quick look at it and be like, yeah, so that's not gonna work.
While this is happening, I'd like to read the letter that I stole.
Okay, Christian, do you know what that letter said on there?
So it is basically a letter from a dead colleague as posing a question that I do not have the answer to. But furthermore from that, I would have to ask you what it says. I do not.
Basically-
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say basically when I realized that it's some philosophical thing and it's not from like his girlfriend or a boyfriend or any sort of juicy gossip whatsoever, I'm just gonna kind of yawn and basically mumble boring. And I'm gonna kind of sidle up and try to get back in Novo's pocket.
Okay, perfect. That will be a mystery letter we'll save for later.
And then after that, I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna pick up one of the whips that's on. I imagine that there's crossbows, and then there's gonna be a whip on the other side. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick up one of the whips, and I'm gonna turn to Novo, and I'll be like, maybe this is where your price point. I wink at him, and put it back on the shelf.
You're just always trying to get into trouble, aren't you?
I can tell she's a handful.
Oh, well.
We'll be here all night. Come watch our show at the inn.
Oh, so you both perform, huh?
Lately.
She
Yeah,
kind of
different ways.
well.
Backup music.
Where are you guys staying for while you're in town?
There's only one inn, isn't there?
Oh, Stonehill Inn? I wasn't sure if you were staying on the outskirts of town or whatnot, or if you knew anybody around here.
No.
Planning on the inn, right, Novo?
Honestly, this is the first connection that I've made, and this is all I need.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
but
pick the whip back up and I wink at him again.
I pretend not to notice her.
Not engaging with that. Linnell just kind of like looks at you and goes, maybe stay at the inn for a couple nights. I'll have to see a few performances before we make any sort of arrangement.
Very well.
But you guys, did you two take a look at the quest board? I'm guessing that's what you're going to be looking at next.
Yeah,
We're headed there next. Yeah, we haven't been in to take a peek at it yet.
Okay, perfect. Well, I heard that strange magic pervades Neverwinter Wood. If you find yourself out there, be careful. It confounds navigators and obscures ancient ruins of bygone kingdoms lost in its depths. So be careful while you're out there. Don't get too lost.
Thanks for the tip, Linen.
Yeah, of course. And if we want to stop there, you guys can make your purchases as is. Let's cut back to our Stonehill Inn buddies. Are you guys still just drinking?
I mean, not like heavily, but we're just, they've been buying this. We've been hanging out here.
We're vibing.
Okay.
Cool. I figured, they would just come find us.
Okay.
Let us know what's going on,
Sure. So, okay.
Or
so
we can pick up some information while we're in here.
Oh, what's up?
I was just saying we figured we could pick up information while we were in here.
Sure.
So the one old man that was in the bar, was he a patron or the barkeep?
He was the patron.
Okay. When we walked in,
yes,
did he like look up from his drink at us, or was he
Nope.
just kind of like kept
he was
to
slumped
himself?
over.
Okay.
Yep.
I kind of like lean into the bartender, like, is that? I'm guessing he's a regular here and he's doing all right.
Oh yeah, don't mind him. This is his off day. He's a prospector out here. He goes out, collects what he can, then goes to the Fandolin Miners Exchange and tries to haggle with Halia as much as he can, but never can quite seem to get any more than what he's negotiated.
Is that a him problem, or is that a miners association thing? Like they trying to do some scams?
Look, I'm not trying to spread rumors or anything. It's just that Halia's a tough bird. She'll she's almost as tough as Linnell's prices across the street.
I don't know anything about that. Not at all.
Oh, well, at the Lion Shield Coaster, there's Linnell Greywind, and she sells all sorts of weapons. He kind of perks up and starts talking about that and informs you about it.
Oh, you're a weapons guy, huh?
No. I just... Food and comfort are my estate.
Okay. And I imagine at some point soon, Uvo and Nivara will kind of walk into the tavern?
Yeah. Is that what Novo and Nivara are doing, or were you going to the quest board instead?
I guess I kind of assumed we'd go to the tavern to meet up with them. Did you have any thoughts, Christian?
No, that's fine. Because we knew they were headed that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you saw them. You definitely saw two run towards that direction, and then Ufo walk into the tavern.
Yeah,
as you guys
Ufo's
continue.
walk was a
On the
little
corner
dejected, but he did move in that direction.
Oh, so
Yeah. I assume we'd see if they're still there.
cool, perfect. Yeah. So, both of you two walk in. Toblin waves at you, and kind of invites you in. He goes, "Hey, welcome in. You guys are new adventurers?"
We're actually here to perform. I would love to give you guys a rousing performance this evening.
Perform? Oh, that sounds fantastic. As you can see here, I, not struggling for business, but I would welcome any more new customers if you guys would entertain some of the miners here tonight.
Would you be able to compensate us with a room and board for the evening in exchange for our skills?
Seems like a fair trade to me.
Hey, wait, I already
That's
paid.
Perfect.
I want free things.
Are you?
You
Are
give me
you
free beer,
performing?
and I'll play. I'll
I'm
play
sorry.
my
Who are
war
you, sir?
gong. I pick up my shield.
Dr.
It's not a gong.
Rivers,
It's
you
just my
don't
shield. I
play
start banging it with my
anything.
mace. This is my war gong. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm not sure if that's how that works.
Yes, sorry, sir. He will not be a part of the performance tonight.
The older gentleman who was asleep, like, as you clang on your shield, just wakes up like... looks around, and then just slumps back over again.
See, rousing people out of their seats. You're all welcome.
So, to everybody... To everybody at home...
Bjorn.
To everybody at home, Ashley just activated one of her features as her background, the entertainer background feature. Ashley, would you like to read off that feature for us?
Yeah, it's a feature called by popular demand, and using the entertainer background, I can perform for free room and
Ashley,
board.
sorry.
And
your mic's freaking out again. Could you say that again?
I'm sorry. I think it's the computer setup.
It is.
Once we go on break, I'll try to adjust and switch to my other setup and see if that helps.
That sounds good.
So going back, it's a feature called by popular demand, and it allows me to perform for free room and board. Furthermore, strangers in town will start to recognize and like me. Or more likely to like me, I guess.
Yeah. Who else took the entertainer background? Because I know some of us... Justin with Dr. Rivers. We have UFO doing the entertainer background too. So there we go. So all of you have that feature. So
I did
part-time pro wrestling.
Oh, sorry, and Dan as well with Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's how we eat, man. Me and Bjorn doing the pro wrestling for pennies. Because I'm a doctor, but this is how I have to earn my living. Student loans, man. Student loans.
So what are your guys' plan now? Are you gonna so you all kind of have negotiated, you have a place to stay for the night. You're gonna entertain and spend the night after it's still like probably only past an hour. Like if that. It's like 4:30 in the evening. What is your guys' plan? Are you just you already traveled? Are you calling it a night? Are you gonna go check out that quest board? What's kind of the plan with the party?
I think we'd probably go check out that quest board real quick before the tavern starts to get busy.
Yeah, I think so too.
I love that idea, UFO. We should do that tomorrow.
Okay, so you guys are making your way to the quest board. Hopefully this ping shows up, but down here is where the quest board is. As you guys kind of see, like, the Town Master's Hall and everything. As you, like, probably start to leave, too, like, Toblin starts, like, scribbling on pieces of paper, and as you guys are leaving, he walks out with you and starts hammering on his door. Entertainment tonight, stop by. And, like, opens up his windows so, like, fresh breeze and stuff comes in. He, like, starts getting together the place for your performance tonight. So, I would imagine that maybe, like, he asked each of you, what are you going to do for perform? And Dr. Rivers and Bjorn talked about how they're pro wrestlers. And he starts to get, like a rough ring set up.
Really?
So,
oh,
yeah.
man.
Yes. He moves tables and starts to do that. So, anyways, but you guys go to the quest board. In this adventure, in the Essentials Kit, I showed the box in Session 0, but there are a bunch of little cards. I'll actually show you guys right now. So the cards are also new to this thing, but basically what these do is they have magical items, they have quests, and all that kind of fun stuff on them to kind of help newer players be like, oh, what can we do? Oh, okay, we have this quest we can do. So what I'm going to do right now is I've moved all of the assets from the handouts and stuff into Roll20. So right now I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm burpy. I'm gonna move the first 3 quests that you guys are gonna get from the quest board into your handout. So let me go ahead and get those pulled
And
up.
for anybody who's streaming with us for the first time, also welcome. One of the assets that we are using and where we're talking about all this is we're using the Roll20 website, where you can upload stuff. And maybe we'll talk about exactly how you do that later, but that's what we're doing right now. And when we're talking about this, that's where we are.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin.
Ops.
So yeah. So just to make sure, did everybody have those 3 quests that popped up for you?
Umbridge Hill?
Yes. Umbridge Hill is one. There's Nomenguard and Dwarven Excavation. So would somebody like to read what's on Dwarven Excavation for us first? If we're going to nominate anybody, could I nominate our dwarf of the party, Bjorn?
Yeah, let's do the dwarf thing.
No, I meant read it off.
Oh.
You have to let us know what the dwarf thing is.
Okay.
Look, we talked about this. You can read. You're good at
it.
Yeah, I taught you.
Can you just read it for me right now, and then maybe when I have it pulled up later and I know how to read later.
Okay.
I like to imagine that like Bjorn like saw like Dwarven, just grabbed it and said, "We're doing this," and then like Dr. Rivers is like, "What's on that? What's on there, bud?" And he just hands it to Dr. Rivers, and now Dr. Rivers is gonna read it. Is that okay, Justin?
Look, I'm a couple of meads deep. I can't read it right now. I don't have my glasses.
Dr. Rivers pulls out some little spectacles. You know, they just go red on the nose there.
Just for me, okay.
Dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have begun an archaeological dig for treasure and relics. Ooh, they need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area. Take the warning with them, then return to the townmaster, Harbin Wester, to collect the reward of 50 gold pieces. Excellent. We can buy a lot of beer with 50 gold.
Or a crossbow.
No. Not that.
Enough.
Perfect. All right. Would somebody like to read the Nomenguard quest? We don't have any gnomes, but we do have some short-statured people. All right. I'm going to nominate Dalton as UFO or Halfling Wizard. Do you mind reading that for us?
Why is that? Why is UFO got to read the gnome one?
I just thought that, you know,
man.
they're similar in height.
That's not even the same at all.
I'm way taller than gnomes are. Just letting that out there, like a solid couple inches, which like percentage-wise, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, there's the whole ability to speak to, you know, animals and plants that they can do. It's weird. I've seen them do it. They just sit there talking to this strawberry bush about what it saw 3 weeks ago. I didn't even know strawberry bushes could see. I'm very concerned in topiary gardens now.
Okay, well we'll chill on that. See what the gnomes actually want, because a clan of reclusive rock gnomes are residing in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The Gnomes of Nomenguard, real good name there, gnome guys, are known for their magical inventions. They might have something with which to defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can from them, and if you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourself, Townmaster Harbin Wester will pay you 50 gold pieces for it.
Another 50 gold. And last but not least, our Umbridge Hill quest. Would anybody like to read that one?
I just go ahead and get it done. Dr. Chris Rivers goes,
done.
"Oh, there's another one here. The local midwife and acolyte of Shantea named Adabra Gwyn. Adabra. Like abracadabra. Adabra. Gwyn lives by herself in a... Oh, that's sad. She lives by herself in a stone windmill. We should go see her. On the side of a hill a few miles south of Fandolin. With dragon sightings becoming common, it's not safe for her to be alone. We should go get her and bring her back here. The townmaster will give us 25 gold.
All right, perfect. So yeah, so those are the 3 starter quests for you guys for the Essentials Kit. Whatever you choose to decide to do, if you want to do one of those right now, I can show you where those locations are on the map, and everything, and you can start heading out to each of those locations, or you can hold off. You can hold off on doing that and kind of spend the night, because it has been a long and arduous trip to get down here. But I can still, if you like, how about I go ahead and show you guys on the map where each of these locations are, and then we'll kind of like make our decision from there. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah.
Cool. So we're back on the Sword Coast map. So Dwarven Excavation. Let's see here. Dwarven Excavation. Let me see. I have it. So I have in the Dungeon Master's kit like a map that's just like this that has like all the locations on there. So I'm gonna put red X's and like I'm gonna put red X's and text just to show where each of these things are. So let me get this red. I'm gonna make sure it's not blood red. Okay, so that Dwarven Excavation is right here. Sorry, I want to make sure. Boom. Oh, that's a little hard to see. You guys see that okay? Let's see here.
Oh, that little X down there?
Yeah, that's
Can you
hard.
do the
Hold on.
anything around it?
Oh, there we go. I'm making it bigger.
Oh.
All right, so
yeah,
we got.
I definitely didn't see that.
I'm just gonna make these X's real quick. So that's Dwarven Excavation. I'll label it here in a second. Then we have Nomenguard, which is over here. And then last but not least, we have Umbridge Hill, which is just south of town right here. So I'm going to go ahead and type those names out for you guys. But while I'm typing those names out, do you guys want to kind of discuss what your plan is for the evening?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I know this.
We should
Navarra.
with the wrestling.
We're gonna do a move called the spinning wheel of death. It's pretty easy. What you gotta do is you gotta flip me over after you jump off the top buckle. You grab me with your ankles and you don't break my neck, and you flip me over. And I'm gonna jump when you connect with my legs, right? You're gonna jump off the top buckle. You're gonna grab me, and I'm gonna flip over as you like flip forward, and all that momentum is just gonna carry us safely. And then once we hit the mat, I'm gonna use some of my magic to make it sound like I hit way harder than I did. But I'm gonna give you the signal to do that, and the signal is gonna be this. I'm gonna point at you from the other side of the ring, and I'm gonna run toward you, and then you're gonna jump off the top buckle when I get halfway there, and then you're gonna flip me over into the other corner. Pretty easy move.
Ufo hears the words loud noise, and he like weasels and is like, I can make a loud noise.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of steps back. He pushes people like, I'm gonna need like about 15 feet, and watch this. And he steps back. And are we outside for this?
Yeah, okay. For sure. You're kind of like standing at the quest board talking about stuff.
Okay, yeah. Ufo, he lifts up one of his little halfling feet and like stomps it on the ground, and you all like see a wave of like thunderous force like sweep out from me, and you hear like a thunderous boom. That like honestly people like up to 300 feet away can hear. This loud like crack. And as long as nobody was within 15 feet, nobody has to make any sort of saving throw or anything.
Well, I think was everybody standing next to Ufo while we did?
Well, I told him to back up.
He said like everybody needs to get 15 feet back. So Doc Rivers went like another 10.
Yeah, residents like open their windows and kind of peek out and stuff like that. A few like the traders just kind of look over and like scratch their heads and then go back to business. But like people are definitely staring at you guys now.
I yell out, "Come visit the tavern tonight for good entertainment like such."
Oh, and I use thaumaturgy to boost his
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like megaphoning it.
Whole town hears you.
Yeah. We got a show tonight.
You guys can make a persuasion roll. I'm gonna have Dan make the persuasion roll, but with advantage because Justin is helping him with thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
To everybody at home, advantage is when you roll with 2d20s, still add the same modifiers, but you take the highest roll. And disadvantage is the inverse of that.
So I'm going to rules lawyer real quick. The way that group checks work or helping checks work in D&D is if you both must be able to make the check, and then you can help people. You also get to use, if someone has a higher modifier, you get to use the higher modifier. So whoever makes the check, you use advantage, and whoever has the highest modifier. So that way you get like the best ability to make your check. And that's in the player's handbook under ability check.
So did you?
You get +1, bud.
I get +1.
Better than not +1.
Wait, are you proficient? Are you proficient in persuasion?
Oh, persuasion? Oh, I thought we were doing performance. My bad. No, I'm not. I can't help you.
Yeah, no. So it's just -1.
Yeah.
Let's rip it. All right. Well, glad we get advantage.
Did we not do well? We did not do well.
Okay. So I'm not good with words, but I think I say good performance tonight. Tavern.
15.
Be there. And I think that in so many words,
Right, of course.
Really glad that I got advantage on that. Glad that we're getting the bad rolls out of the way.
Yeah.
So
Doc looks at Bjorn and goes, "That should work."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were pretty receptive to that.
Mm-hmm.
So while all this is, sorry.
Oh no, go.
So while this is going on, Nivara really wants to try to salvage this attempt at persuading people to come. So she's gonna bust out her lute. She's gonna start playing a song, and she is also going to. Well, actually, I don't have thaumaturgy. Never mind. So she's just gonna start playing her lute and improvising a song that's kind of like, "Come see our show tonight. It's gonna be great. We'll be at the tavern." Yeah. So that's kind of she's gonna try to salvage the whole Bjorn Dr. Rivers advertising attempt.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. I did take performance, and since that's a performance, I would like to help Navara by playing the bagpipes in the background. Yes, I am proficient in bagpipes, and I selected them. I think it is fitting for a dwarf.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, you know what? It's like you yell that out, but kind of realize like, I had some cracks in my voice. That didn't sound as good. I didn't realize I was gonna go loud. So then you like, Nivara starts like help performing and stuff like that, and then you're like, oh yeah, and then you pull out your bagpipes and start playing. So both of you give me a group check, like Justin was talking about before. So
for performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so I roll 2?
No. Just actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So she rolls with advantage.
Yeah, she rolls with advantage and gets to use whoever has the higher performance bonus, which
+4.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The 21's pretty good.
Yep.
Ooh, but let's see if we get a nat 20 though. It's always worth it. It's always worth it to see if we get a nat 20.
Oh no, the first time I rolled was a 9. It was 5 +4.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you guys, it basically like I'll describe it as like the people had their heads out. Like the thunderclap happened, they looked out, Bjorn like yelled out with Dr. Rivers doing thaumaturgy, like, "Hey, come see our show!" And everybody was like, kind of like looked like you guys are acting super strange. And then like Navarra starts performing and stuff like that, and then your bagpipes are playing, so they just go, and you see like smiles kind of lit across their faces, so they kind of enjoy. So seems to be good.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good job, Ashley.
So yeah, so if everybody's good with this, I'm gonna switch back to the Fandolin page. Everybody kind of see where Dwarven Excavation, Umbridge Hill, and Nomenguard are. They're both south of Fandolin. Umbridge Hill is the closest, but the other two are pretty close by still. Does that make sense?
We could go to Nomenguard and then get the woman on our way back into town, into Fandolin, because Umbridge Hill's right there.
Well, we did promise a performance tonight, so I don't know if we should go too far out.
I'm thinking this is going to have to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, unless we can get to Umbridge Hill and back in a day, and then we can go to Nomenguard tomorrow. Or like, what is it? No, it'll be like a couple hours. We'd have to get there and back in a couple hours. I don't know how far this woman is.
I can tell you, because in this adventure they gave locations for all this. So,
Hey, UFO, I was thinking about this. I think that people would really like it if you stood by, we'll come in the main doors, because you saw how he was airing the place out.
Yep.
Come in the main doors, and can you set off sparks everywhere as you come as people come in, and you make smoke?
And while he does that, I'll play bagpipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come in, and you're gonna shoot off the sparks behind me.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna be like, I can't hear you. And then I'm gonna go one side, and then I'm gonna be like, I can't hear the other side. I can obviously hear them because they'll be loud.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they'll be cheering like mad for this
crazy
cool entrance we're about to do.
Works every time.
It works every time, and the bagpipes will play because everybody likes bagpipes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves the bagpipes.
Mm-hmm. They're my favorite instrument.
They're the best instrument out there.
Absolutely, yeah. And then we'll do other stuff for Naivara. I don't know what you want to do, Naivara.
I've got this whole routine, some interpretive dance that people are going to love my art. And Novo's obviously going to be my backup.
Oh, okay. Novo, you play backup? Wait, how do you do backup? Novo, how do you do backup for interpretive dance? Do you just
Yeah.
I think stand there and
in the background?
That's pretty aggressive That's pretty aggressive for backup for interpretive dance. I would think that interpretive dance backup would be something like a little bit more passive, like this.
Unless you want me
like your gentle
to,
breeze.
I could pull out my my magical floating organ, though, if you'd rather me do that.
Don't be gross, Novo.
Novo, you're onto something. You are onto something.
Oh, you actually have a magical floating organ. Oh.
What kind of organ is it? Like a kidney, a liver?
No, like a piano, but it sounds more holy.
Yeah, yeah. You'd find in those large temples or churches. That kind of
Did you clean it up after it fell on that one guy at the last performance?
Well, see, it's magical, so it just went right through him, right? Isn't that what happened? I don't know. I've tried to block that out of my memory.
You screamed so loud.
I can handle cleanup.
Or maybe that's why I then went to Yeah, come to think of it, yeah, that's exactly the reason why I changed how my magic. So just go through people now and not actually collide with them and decapitate them. Yep, that's right. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, all right. So Thank you guys for talking during all that. So a lot of these quests have specific times and distances that say like, oh, it takes 2 days to get this location, or this, and so this. I looked up these 3 quests. 2 of them do not have any time frame, and the last one says 15 miles, but gives no time frame. So
15 miles by foot will take a while.
Yeah, that is the Dwarven Excavation, which was the furthest away. So the other ones I would say probably take a half day to get there, you know? Like, if it takes 4 hours to get to Nomenguard, it's going to take like 2 hours to get to Umbridge Hill or something like that, and then 2 hours back. So,
gotcha. Right, well, I think we could focus up, make this a good performance, make a good first impression on this town, unlike what happened in the last one.
Yeah. We don't talk about that, though. We don't talk about that.
So you guys go back to the Stonehill Inn, and as you were leaving, you saw Toblin kind of like getting stuff together, a grin on his face with entertainers and stuff like that. As you come back, you find a full ring. It's not fancy. It's not fancy, but it is like a square of in the corner of the inn, because the first floor is just tables and then the bar. And then you go upstairs to the rooms and stuff like that. So in a corner, he's pushed tables away, so they're more scrunched on the other side of the room. And he's just gotten some wooden posts up, and he tied rope around it. So he kind of formed a ring in the corner.
Innkeeper, this is fine craftsmanship. I must say, you have really earned your keep.
Yeah, well, it is my home, so yeah, of course. Your name's Bjorn, right?
Bjorn Mountainside.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, you said both you and Dr. Rivers here were pro wrestlers, so I thought I'd make a nice ring for you.
We're semi-pro wrestlers.
Well, we go by the names: the Mighty Hammer and
the Diamond Anvil.
Oh, so it's like a combo, like a blacksmithing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You bang the hammer on the anvil. I get it.
So listen, Innkeep, we have a task for you while we're gone. We fight tag teams, so we need a tag team fight tonight. So we need you to find just 2 people that'd be willing to wrestle us tonight.
Oh.
Wait, Bjorn, I thought we were wrestling Novo and.
Oh,
yeah.
We are. That's right. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You're wrestling. Okay, good. I got a little concerned there because I don't. Look, don't get me wrong. A lot of these miners are tough here, but I don't think anybody's gonna stick their neck out to possibly be broken.
Yeah, I didn't know we were wrestling them. Okay.
No, Nivara's gonna jump off the top there and then spin me around, and I'm gonna flip over. And
we did talk about that, didn't we?
I thought you were wrestling each other because you're the Diamond Anvil. You have to get hammered.
Yeah, you gotta get yeah.
No, we work together to like.
You put something in. You hit the hammer against the anvil. The hammer and the anvil work together.
Yeah.
To smash and shape something.
Besides, we're not gonna do the splitting arc for a little while. We gotta give the fans.
Yeah.
The fans need. The fans
we have
need
to
quality
get through
content.
at least, like,
honestly,
we have to get through at least like 3 championship arcs, at least a tournament arc, maybe like like
I have to go evil and adopt a new name.
Yeah, like we both have to find love, lose love, find each other's loves, lose those loves,
love each other.
Yes, all the time.
Tobin looks over to UFO and goes, "So, they have a very well. Seems like they have a big backstory planned out already."
Oh yeah, the lore is very well established. If you go to Neverwinter, it's all anybody's ever talking about. I swear.
Maybe. Do you have a book or something? Maybe we could write this down and sell it.
Yeah, we have a pamphlet, and I hand him just like I just hand him a blank piece of paper.
He immediately starts reading through it. This is really good. I wonder if I printed food on this. All right. Well, okay. we're about at the half point time. So before we do this whole performance for the evening and stuff like that, because I feel like that's gonna involve a few performance checks and you guys describing your actions as you do that. Let's go ahead and take our half point break. And we'll be right back in, let's say, about 5 minutes.
Oh,
And
before we break, so we
yeah.
were talking about how to game, how to help, the ABCs of RPGs, this sort of stuff. Thanks for sticking with us, viewers. We're really happy you're here with us. One thing that you can do to help your DM, it's one of your friends usually, right? Most of us don't pay. I mean, if you do have a DM that you need and you want to pay, please do that. It'll be very rewarding. Just put in the effort and money. But we're human, right? So give your DM a little. He doesn't know everything, so if he has to look up something, that's a really good opportunity for everyone to RP at the table, and you can have a lot of fun just kind of giving your DM the time that they need to get to the next thing they need to pull up, and have a lot of fun and build these great relationships at your table.
Yeah. And I think you guys did a great job at that, because I did not have the rules book equipment item table up. And so I appreciate you guys kind of filling in for that while I was doing all that stuff. And while I was putting the names on the map. Dublin has set up a wondrous ring and a little bit of a stage to the side of it where different people can perform, as well as like the wrestling can go down. So let's pick up 5 minutes before the performance starts. And so you have the ring, you have the kind of like the risen like stand next to it, pressed up against the wall. You have a few people joining you for this performance. So in walks in Lionel, which you recognize from the Lion Shield Coaster. You have two younger guys come in. One named Ander and one named Thistle. And then you see another woman come in with reddish hair and kind of a stern look across her face called Halia. All of them have showed up for the performance for tonight. So it's still like a little bit before 7 p.m. when the show goes on. So whenever you guys are, how do you guys want to prepare for this? Are you ready to go?
I'm imagining that I'm still talking to Bjorn and Doc Rivers, about how I have no intention of being in this wrestling match. I'm just gonna be turning them. Guys, I can't do this. I can't do this. I am way too pretty for this. I cannot afford to have a black eye for my prime performance. And what if I mess up my cuticles?
We're not actually gonna hit you.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah,
No,
didn't
no,
you
no,
know
no.
that wrestling was fake? It's all planned and staged.
Whoa, it's not fake.
You're gonna hit us.
Sorry, choreographed. I didn't mean to offend.
You're gonna hit us, and then we're gonna pin Novo. Okay, while he's tagged out. Yeah, Bjorn is gonna pin Novo. You're gonna beat me up, and I'm gonna barely escape with the tag. Okay, I'm gonna give you the signal, and how we're gonna do it is we're gonna do some grapples sometimes. So I'll come at you like this, and then we're gonna put our hands together, and then we get close enough to talk, and we plan the next move.
Nope. No.
No. You're gonna be amazing at it. You're gonna be amazing,
Nope.
and the crowd will love you.
Why don't UFO and Novo do it?
Because UFO's doing
And I can parade around with the round signs.
Well, that's the thing. Novo kind of needs to do it too. We're a tag team.
Yeah.
It's UFO and Novo.
No. You and Novo. Novo's gotta. UFO's gotta run the lights and floaty things.
It's more fair if UFO does it because he's your height, Bjorn.
I don't know. I kind of agree with him here, right? It's got that kind of allure. It's the twins versus the diamond anvil and the something hammer. I don't know.
Mountain hammer and the diamond anvil.
Of course, the mountain hammer
versus the moon twins.
Okay, I kind of like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's got a good ring.
Right?
It does have a good ring. But if you give me a black eye or it messes up my cuticles, I'm never doing it again.
It's all stage fighting. Just think of it as theater.
Mhm.
And if UFO
Impressive.
burns my silks, he's out.
I don't think I've ever burned anything in my life. And he like tries to brush off like the singe on his cloak from earlier.
From his drink earlier.
Yeah.
I feel like we are about ready to go on. How does everybody else feel?
Yeah, so we're all right outside the bar ready to make the entrance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear kind of like a so Tobling comes out, kind of like a person, like one of those guys who like introduces a, what is it, an MC who like
Yeah, the
introduces.
MC.
Yeah, he comes out and he goes, "All right, do you guys want me to lead you in? Do you want me to give you like a entrance and stuff like that?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So Diamond, Anvil, and the Hammer, right? You two.
Yes.
The mighty hammer.
The mighty Hammer. Okay.
The mighty
All right.
hammer.
And he turns to the elf twins and he goes, Novo, Navarra. So how do you want me to introduce you?
Yes. So I got this. So my magical floating organ, right? It's also got some sense stuff to it because it's magical, right? So once as you're announcing, just as loudly as you can, I'm gonna give you a little tune, just this little tune here, just real quiet. It's just that, okay?
Oh, that's a really good tune. I really like that. Oh, okay, that's
Great.
good. Yeah.
Where would you get that material? That's some great material.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
And then
Make quite a bit.
UFO, am I introducing you, or how's this going down?
Oh, you don't need to introduce me. My art speaks for itself. I'm gonna go set up, and UFO's ready to like make some sparks, like as everybody like swings open the doors.
So can I call you two the Moon Twins? Is that offensive?
No, Moon Twins is great.
That's
We're good
great?
with that.
Okay,
That's
cool.
Great.
All right, cool. Moon Twins.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And he shuffles inside and he goes, "May I have your attention? Our entertainment for the night. First off, we have the Diamond Anvil."
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy to make all of the lights, all the fire, all the candles begin to alternate colors of like yellow, green, and purple. And all that happened, and like the fireplace and stuff like that, it changes color in sync. And
I also am going to be just giving him some background entry music with bagpipes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give UFO the signal, and I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna give like a big like 1-footed. I'm gonna like hop on 1 foot with my knee in the air, and then go boom, and then do the "I can't hear you" thing to one side.
No.
And then "I can't hear you" thing to the other side.
Whoa!
All 4 people are doing this?
Yes.
Yes, all 4 people are doing this. I force them to do it. If they don't do it right at first, Doc Rivers is like, "I can't hear you."
Yeah. And, the two young guys, Ander and Thistle, are on one side, and Halia and Linnell are on the other side. So yeah, that like as you do it to each side, they both go like they raise their hands up in their chairs.
Actually, important question: are they being good sports about it, or are they just like, do I have to be like, "I cannot hear you"?
Halia and Linnell probably don't raise their drinks. They just kind of raise like one hand in the air. But like Ander and Thistle are at the same table, and they like raise their drinks and like spill a little bit of beer everywhere. So
awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing at them as I'm going, and then I slide into the ring and pop up, and I am in my big purple cloak with some like green trim and yellow feathers coming off, and it says Diamond, Anvil, and Rhinestones in the back. And this is actually something that you can get as part of your class feature for Entertainer, because you're allowed a disguise kit.
Yep. Perfect.
And I have a big top hat, and it kind of looks like like the Uncle Sam hat.
Yeah.
And then the stripes are yellow and purple, and it's like green on the bottom.
Okay.
I'm up in the air, and I'm just like,
And then Toblin, after you get into the ring, Toblin goes, and his partner, the tough, the gruff, the mighty hammer.
And at that moment, I literally like spike my bagpipes and just like start sprinting into the ring and like just like dive through the ropes.
Yeah.
But hold on. I'm guessing I'm gonna make a check here.
Let's call it. I'll allow you to do acrobatics to kind of like dive under the rope and stuff like that. Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Yes.
You're going for the dive entrance? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm doing the dive entrance.
Classic.
The classic.
I will
get
also allow you to do performance if you have performance, either or.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, let's see which one's higher.
I believe both are dex checks. Or no, performance is charisma, isn't it?
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use my acrobatics there.
Okay. So, guys, what this is, these are all skill checks. Essentially, if they have proficiency, because this could be considered either an acrobatics because he's diving under it, or a performance, which is more charisma, but I still think it's kind of rolls into this. I allowed him to use either stat to add modifiers with his base stats and proficiency, possibly. So, Dan, you rolled a 17.
Point of order on that note, Spencer. Tasha's Cauldron, one of the most recent things for Dungeons and Dragons, and you can use it here. It's not in the basic rule book, but if you do play with other core rule books, you can change your stat around if you're proficient in a given skill. You could be able to, trying to think of a good example here, but you might have int performance instead of charisma based performance. If you were like, hey, I'm going to play the piano, and if anybody tell you who formally learned an instrument, like you have to remember what to do, and it does become a little. But if you're like, I'm going to sit down and play a piece I learned, that's book learning applied in this performance check. So that's a good one in based performance.
And that's a really cool thing. We could definitely spend a whole session talking about, because like a lot of the expansions and most recent source books with D&D have really expanded upon the base rules to kind of allow you to modify and change a lot of stuff, which is really cool. That it's very D&D has been a very adaptive tabletop RPG, especially over time. So, but Dan, Bjorn nails that entrance. You slide in there. Do you like kind of come up to like
as soon as I like land, I just like straight up like arms like out, like praise the Elden Ring, like
praise the sun.
praise the ring.
Stuck landing, gymnast style.
I after I like go over and I stand, you know how like wrestlers will like climb up to like on the post, they'll climb up to like the middle or the top rung of the post. I go up and I like climb the one, and I like look over at like the two guys over there, and I'm like, to the other side of the ring, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, so Indolent and Thistle once again raise their drink, spilled a bitch, and Hallie and Linnell actually raise their hands this time, like,
they're loving it, yeah.
They're feeling it.
I go back, and I'm just like, bouncing around. We're bouncing around. We're ready for some wrestling.
Yeah,
cool. Taking off the big coat now. I got the Speedo.
Toblin goes, and we have their opponents. The two from across the way. The old enchanted. The Moon Twins!
Ufo's gonna try to get he's gonna start to boo real quietly, like he's trying to get the idea going that the Moon Twins are the heels of the situation.
Okay. So Halia and Linnell, they're like closer to the entrance as like you kind of like start the boo and stuff like that. So Halia turns over to you, sees what you're doing, and goes, winks, and goes, boo, and Ander and Thistle kind of like don't like are like what, but like Halia and Linnell are booing, and then Ander and Thistle join in. So
for my entrance, I'm gonna come in, and I'm wearing the leotard that I would normally wear for my acrobatic stuff because I thought that the wrestling outfits were way too gaudy and I wanted to be sleek and attractive.
Yeah.
And I'm coming in with my silks as I'm going down the aisle. I'm kind of running and I'm kind of just doing like my silky thing as I'm running in. And I get offended because I am not in on the booing thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, hey, come on, we're having a good time. Let's turn those boos into cheers. Woo! And I just like, I'm going to bring my silks and I'm going to kind of silk them in the face like Halia and Linnell. We're just going to silk them. And then kind of twirl my way into the ring.
Perfect. How's Novo entering the ring?
Yeah, so as I walk towards the ring, you just see this magical floating kind of synth organ that I'm playing.
Yeah.
I continue playing. But as I pass, or as I'm coming up on the ring and I see Linnell, I just look over to her and give her a confident wink. And then continue on to the ring, really unfazed by everybody else.
She kind of like puts her like hand on her chest and just like does like raises one eyebrow and stuff like that. So, but not in a I don't accept this way, just kind of like a oh type of way. So, yeah. What does lastly, but UFO, so you were describing your kind of like you started the boo and stuff like that. What kind of light show are you kind of doing for all these different entrances and stuff
so
like
a lot of this was just some basic sparks and stuff, but as the crews, they line up on opposite corners of the ring, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Silent Image like above them, and I want it to look like a fighting game intro where it's got like their like stylized versions of their two names like verses, and there's like a 3,
Yeah.
1,
What?
fight, and then they go.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So first off, so how we're gonna do this is we're gonna do some performance checks, but I love that idea, and I'm gonna give you inspiration because of that, Dalton. That was a really good thought for silent image.
Game Master,
So,
what's inspiration?
What's inspiration?
Yes,
what's
I was
inspiration,
just about to explain. So, inspiration is basically a mechanic that dungeon masters can introduce at any time. If they feel like that they've the party or individual person has done like a really good job at like getting to a certain point, if they've done a really good job at role playing, if they helped out the DM in other ways. I've heard many a story about inspiration being given out because food was brought to the DM. Basically, what that does is like Dalton has 1 point of inspiration that at any point in time, if there's a role that he doesn't think he did well at, or he wants to re-roll it, he can do so. He consumes that point of inspiration to re-roll and get a better score, possibly. Yes, go ahead, Ashley.
The question, is he allowed to know if his roll has failed or succeeded before he can choose to use inspiration?
Typically, when you make a roll, there are certain abilities that you have that if you see what you roll before the DM reveals what the outcome is, you can choose to re-roll it. Oftentimes, you cannot, if the DM already says what the outcome is, you can't choose to re-roll. That's just like a flat kind of rule for all like instances. I have heard that some DMs like to homebrew it, that inspiration can kind of counteract that. I think it's more fair if the players do not know the outcome before they do a re-roll. So I'm going to rule that if you have inspiration, you cannot use it if you know the outcome or what the outcome will be. So that is a key thing to keep in mind when you use abilities, as well as using inspiration. So, yes.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Can you rack up like 80 inspiration points?
No. So, you can only have 1 point at a time. So, I personally like that rule because it incentivizes you to use it, like, not necessarily immediately, but to use it quite often. Because I once did a homebrew campaign where I allowed people to have up to like 6 points of inspiration, and they didn't use those until a boss fight, and then they just murdered that boss. So Personally, I think just the 1 point rule is good. The thing about D&D is that there is a rule cool. There's the rule of fun. If you and your players find it better to change the rules, do it that way instead.
Thank you, Game Master.
You're welcome, player.
Thanks, Game Master.
I was reading inspiration just now.
Go ahead.
Inspiration is transferable.
Yes.
If you have inspiration, you
that.
can give it to another player if you think they have earned inspiration.
Yes.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, that's a really cool aspect of inspiration. Is like, say, like, maybe it's not UFO, but it's Nivara has like is about to fall off a cliff, and she fails like this check. UFO, or she rolls really badly, and we see she's about to roll very badly. Before I rule, it's bad. UFO can then give Nivara an inspiration and re-roll maybe that like athletics check, and then possibly make it back. So that's what's really good about inspiration as well. So
Cool,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, returning to the match, how we are going to do this mechanically. I'm going to have you do 3 group checks, because if I remember correctly, all of you are doing this performance together. Like, it's the Diamond Anvil and the Mighty Hammer that are supposed to win this, and the Moon Twins are in on this performance, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, cool.
That was what I thought the arrangement was.
So instead of a contested performance check, I'm going to have you do a group performance check 3 times. And if you get, well, not 3 times. If you get 3 successes, it's been a good night. If you get 3 fails, then you fail at your performance for the night. And then things will happen that I decide off of that. So let's do 3 group performance checks as a whole. So going off of the rules that Justin said to us earlier, we're taking the highest performance proficiency out of everyone, correct?
So group checks.
Yes.
It's my understanding how group checks works is everybody makes the roll individually, and if half or more of the people in the group check pass, it's considered a pass for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Which
there
is
we
different from like a helping.
Yeah, it's
From
different
helping.
from helping someone.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody make those rolls.
Do we want to
Okay,
go in order so we can see them as they show up, and not
Yeah,
like,
so Bjorn?
blast the chat all at once?
Or sorry, UFO. What am I
UFO
doing?
first?
UFO goes first. Yeah.
Okay. Let me double check my performance. Ooh, okay. I am proficient. All right, UFO.
Yes.
Got an
Let's see
18 on that performance check.
Woo! That's 1
Nice.
pass.
Wow.
It's 1 pass.
All right.
So we need 3
gonna-
passes. Yeah.
I'm gonna rip it.
All right.
Oh,
Pop it.
sorry.
Twist it.
You have to type /R first, Dan.
I did.
Angry though.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No.
All right, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. All right, we have Dr. Rivers.
I'm
Okay.
imagining that Bjorn like fell somewhere in the performance that he
Oh, yeah.
wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Like he was supposed to take down me or Novo, and it did not go that way.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, no!
1 and
Oh,
2.
no,
1 and
no,
2.
no.
Okay. Well, luckily the 2 bards are gonna go.
Yeah. All right. Ivara, Novo, can you pull it through for the group?
Who do you want to go first?
Nivara.
16.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right, 2 to 2.
All right.
2 to 2. It's down to the
No.
wire.
And here it is.
Down to Novo.
All right.
Nat 20!
Nat 20.
Okay. So can you guys kind of narrate this?
Can they
for me?
upset?
What?
Can they upset us?
Upset you? What do you mean?
Oh no, we just
Like-
sold the performance this way.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind,
This was the
never mind.
performance going well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you guys are all in on it. So what I was going to have you do is actually kind of narrate, like, okay, so you're supposed, like, maybe maybe Bjorn and Dr. Rivers are like supposed to like take a fall, but then they don't, or maybe they accidentally fall when they weren't supposed to. How does this kind of play out? And then how does Nivara and Novo kind of bring back the performance real quick? We're going to do 2 more checks after this.
So I'm thinking, going off of Bjorn, he tripped when he wasn't supposed to, and he's down. And I'm gonna get down, and I'm gonna be ready to sucker punch him. But then he's gonna overpower me, and I'm gonna fall to the ground. And he's just gonna start. I don't know. What are you gonna do, Bjorn? You've overpowered me. What are you doing?
Now that I've overpowered you, I'm just gonna like. I think like if with canonically with the roll, it would make sense that like as I get up to like kind of like lunge at you, I like trip, but I like trip and I like kind of fall and it's like ah. But I think you kind of like make it look like that you like tripped me, or something,
Oh, and made it look dirty.
Yeah, or something like that, or like you made it look like you kicked me in the balls or something,
Right.
Yeah,
you hear
like really
boos from the
dirty
crowd?
trick, like
Yeah.
and
Andrew,
like I'm just gonna roll over, just start like rolling over like a log, over to the corner, and I'm gonna reach my hand out to the corner.
You got it.
It's almost there.
And he's reaching out, and he's like, come on, and he's up high, boom, and he hops over, but he catches his feet and just kind of falls face first into the mat.
As he falls to the ground, I cast prestidigit.
yes.
That spell.
Yes.
Prestidig. How do you say this thing?
Prestidigitation.
Yes. And basically make kind of like a debris-ish smoke kind of plume just from dust that of the ground that he fell on around him to sell the impact.
Love it.
Perfect. So yeah, so let's go ahead and make that second check. So we're going to do 3 group checks in total. So we're going to do the second one. This time let's go from the back. So we're going to start with Novo now. And while you're making that check, while all that was going on, like Ander and Thistle are definitely on the Diamond, Anvil, and Mighty Hammer side. So when like the Moon Twins kind of like did that kind of fake out, or like Nivara like did the balls kick, basically they're like, no.
I love it.
Make it a riveting experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Our heroes are down.
Yeah. So. I see Dr. Rivers. I kind of sell his fall there, and immediately I kind of sprint over, and from what the very little I've seen of this kind of sport that I deem not the best for entertaining, I take it in full stride here, and take my elbow and fake downwards on him, and just as I'm about to hit him, I release into where there's barely touch him.
Ooh. Novo, do you want to make that roll for me?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. $19. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Nivara, can you make a performance check for me as well?
I sure can. Oh.
Nivara, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Says the command is unrecognized.
Oh, no. Did you make a macro?
I don't know.
I'm going to make a macro called Wrestle.
What are you typing?
Unnatural 20.
It's called Wrestle.
All right, looking pretty good.
Check.
All right, Dr. Rivers, you want to follow up with your check next?
Yes, I am making a macro using D20 Roll20's macro function, which is cool for those people who are watching. If you've never used it, it's pretty nifty. You program in a roll that you'd like to make. You can give it a name, and then you just program in what you need to do and what it needs to add in. And hopefully, after I've explained this, mine works and I don't look silly. And you can put it right in your bar, so as you play, you can just kind of, you don't have to, I do it?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no! Things are starting to look a little bit rough on the ring. That's okay. Bjorn, want to see if you can bring it back?
Oh no!
We're not
It's
good.
all
doing it. We're not good at all.
Ufo, can your light show save this? Save this for the second round.
It always comes down to Ufo saving the day.
Sure does.
Ufo's gonna use his point of inspiration.
Okay. Ufo's using his inspiration point.
Because he just got a brilliant idea, and let's see if it pays off.
Eureka!
What was your idea, Ufo? How did you save the day?
So
go ahead.
Right as like one of them was doing a slam, I imagine Bjorn was probably trying to do a good like slam on let's say Novo, and I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation like right as Novo hits the ground to make the sound of like a bone breaking, and it turns I think the crowd is gonna love it.
Yeah. So as he like fake hits, because if you didn't make the sound, people would have thought like, oh, he wasn't hurt at all. Is this fake? Possibly? But then they hear the cracking of bones, and like Ander and Thistle maybe had like a confused look on their face. They're like, huh? And then they hear the bone crack, and they're like, faces wide.
I just let out a.
Yes, selling it. You hear jeers and claps from Linnell and Halia. So yeah, you're definitely sewing it. So with that, it was only going to be 3 group checks, and you did the 2 passes. You can still roll for the 3rd one, but from here on out, it's smooth sailing. You've warmed up the crowd enough that they're going to love whatever you do. So if you guys want to make the check, you can, but I'm going to allow you to just kind of play it out how you guys want to play this out.
I think we just roll on through.
Yeah, let's do it.
What was the big you had some ideas for a big finisher.
The wheel of death.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel of death move.
So my idea for a big finisher was for Justin to pick me up and actually use me as a hammer and like hit me with someone, or hit someone with me.
Yes, I like it.
Nice. I was thinking that in retaliation, Novo would drop the organ on them.
Yeah.
But like they emerge unharmed, and that's how it's really gonna sell it. Everyone's gonna go wild because they're unaffected.
And it has to. I feel like it, or it has to like it hits us, and like everyone's just like on the ground, like laying there. Oh no, what's happening? Like everyone's down, and like either me or Doc Rivers get up first, and like just like crawl over to one of them and just like put our arm like over their chest.
Yeah.
And like the ref comes over and 1, 2, 3.
I like to think that's Toblin. Toblin comes over as ref. Like he's been watching this entire time, and all of a sudden he realizes, oh, and he runs into the ring and starts slamming his arm down, and then taps it out, puts his hands up, and you hear everybody in the bar stands up and just cheers.
All 4 of them.
I am a real American.
As that happens, I just like reach out to my organ and.
Oh, so now that's happened. Sorry, my camera's kind of messing up right now. Okay, now that's happened. So basically, Toblin kind of probably brings you to the back where the kitchen is and stuff like that, and just like pats each of you on the back. Like he's just like, "Do you hear that out there?" And you hear like in the crowd cheering, "Anvil, hammer, Anvil, hammer." And so like he's just like, if that's not a good night, I don't know what is. This is the liveliest I've seen the town in a while. Thank you guys. Please spend the night. Don't worry about it. You've you've earned your keep for sure. If you guys want to rest, I'll bring your food up and everything like that. Give me your orders. I'll bring up here in just a short little while.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Thank you for having us, and I bow.
Yes.
We'll be here all night.
Bjorn just says meat, please, and just walks away.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So if you guys would like to if any of you want to spend time and after the performance talking with people, or if you just want to go to bed, you can do that. We'll just kind of say, let's say what everybody's doing for the night, and then we'll pick up in the morning. So let's start with UFO. UFO, what are you doing the rest of the night?
UFO cast one whole spell, and it took it out of him because he's a pretty low level wizard. He doesn't have much left after casting that one whole spell he did.
Of course.
So he's taken in early.
Perfect.
Yeah. Bjorn was picked up like a rag doll and used as a weapon. So he is also and since the innkeep has given him promise of meat, cooked meat,
yes,
he is going to retire to his lodging and perhaps go over with new ideas for performances with Dr. Rivers and UFO and the Moon Twins.
So while you're upstairs in your room, Toblin brings up to you a full cooked chicken. It's a full chicken.
It's a whole chicken?
Yeah, it's a whole chicken. He brings you guys normal portioned out meals, but he specifically brings Bjorn a full just cooked chicken.
Like a rotisserie chicken from Costco, the whole thing.
Yes. So
Bones
that's what.
Not gonna lie, I could actually do that myself. That sounds really good right
now. Dr. Rivers, what are you doing the rest of the night?
So, Dr. Rivers is going to, I guess. Dr. Rivers is going to go over, put his robe back on right after the fight, and he's going to be like, "Hey, thanks for filling up, guys, to the who are they again?
The Moon Twins.
The Moon Twins.
No. Our our super fans.
Oh, so Ander and Thistle were the two kind of younger guys. Let's see here. They are yeah, they're young clerks who work at Barthen's Provisions. So they're the ones who they're drunk now. They were already getting tipsy at the beginning of the fight. By the end of that, they had several drinks. So they are definitely a little bit toasty now, shall we say.
All right, he's going to go over there. Thanks for showing up tonight, guys. The Diamond Anvil loves his fans.
Oh, it's the Diamond Anvil. They turn to one another Diamond Anvil. Oh, my. Dude, when you did that one move where you, came in and it just, slammed up. Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Well, yeah, thanks, brother. You stay sharp. You stay out there. You guys work it. Do I know they work at Barthen's Provisions?
Probably not yet. They're but we work at Barthen's Provisions. You have to stop by any time. If you need something before you go out, you come to us.
All right. Diamond Anvil's gonna take it up on you. Does that discount extend to the Mountain Hammer himself?
Yes. Yeah. If you show up, that'd be so cool.
Okay. And what about my friends? You got us all covered. It's the whole troop. They're really good guys.
What?
The Moon Twins.
Moon
Deep down. They're all right. I know. We're saving them.
You're what?
We're
but
working
they were
on
the bad ones. They were trying to mess you up. They kicked Bjorn in the well,
Yeah, but you can't react with hate, brothers. You can't react with the hate because then the dark forces win.
You're blowing their minds right now.
We gotta meet their hate with some love.
Bjorn just comes in with a chicken, half of a chicken, just
the whole thing.
Yeah, you got it. They're good. They're good kids. They're good kids. I mean, they're probably about 150 years older than me, but good kids. So,
yeah.
Oh, okay, guys. Well, if you guys say so. Well, we gotta believe you. You keep them in check because they seem like no good rapscallions.
All right, we will, young brothers.
But we'll
I'll
help
tell
them
you,
out.
they used to be a lot worse before they met us.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the hay now. Gotta rest up.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Just remember, Mountain Hammer's coming for you.
And then Thistle kind of goes like Ander goes, yeah. And then Thistle goes, wait, coming for us? He's gonna attack us?
As we, so are we kind of making our way back to our rooms? Things are winding down in the tavern.
I think so. I was gonna check in with Nivara and Novo and kind of see what you guys are gonna do the rest of the night. So, what is Nivara doing?
Nivara is gonna try to drag Novo back up on stage and shove his loot back in his hands, and she's gonna be like, "Come on, play! I need to do my dance. I need the spotlight. I need this." And she's gonna start doing some interpretive dancing. We've got the butterflies and the flowers.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, oh my god, are you serious? I've already had way too much for what I can endure today.
Just 3 songs. Just 3 songs, please.
3 songs?
2
I'll
songs.
do one.
2 songs.
1.
I'm the older one. You have to listen to me.
Okay, 2 minutes. 2
Okay,
minutes.
That's fine.
One song.
2 songs.
2 songs. All right.
So I like to imagine as you two, go up there to start dancing and performing. Ander and Thistle start to kind of boo, but this is at the same time that Dr. Rivers and Bjorn are over there. So they kind of that's when they're having their speech, no, they're good people. So then they kind of calm down. They just kind of sit all grumpy. But Halia and Linnell are both going to give you with each performance claps and they appreciate your dances and such. Yeah.
All right. So I get up there.
Yep.
I start just plucking away at the strings, making sure that it's in tune after all the ruckus.
Yep.
And just in a slower tempo. Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chance.
Back on my feet. First man in his will
to
survive.
It's me. I am the tiger.
It's the feet of the fight. Rising up
To the top right material.
Yeah, gotta sing a different copyrighted version because there's
Rocky
that we
Four
don't
was
want to
maybe
get
the best Rocky of the 5.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah. That's okay. We can argue we're it's parodic and
Yeah, it's parodic. There we go. Yeah.
I don't want to get sued. Please don't sue us, people.
We're fine. We're fine. We're good. We're good.
I don't think it's good enough to.
Don't sue me, Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so you guys go to sleep, get a full night's sleep, belly's full of food, delicious, wonderful performance. I'm gonna go ahead and set everybody back at their respective positions. So you wake up in the morning, fresh start to the day. What are you guys doing? Are you gonna stop by any more stores, or are you gonna start heading out on your quest?
We should stop by Barthen's Provisions before we go.
Yeah, they said they'd give us all the discount. That's for the Moon Twins too. And
Even though they hate you guys.
Yeah,
they
thanks for that.
don't know.
You guys did that. That's. Well, it was really that one, and I
Oh,
blew
hey,
it.
Whistles inconspicuously.
You guys just had that great of a performance.
Yeah, you guys really showed yourself but it's good. It's good. They're gonna give you the discount, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All about that discount.
You guys make your way. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
You can get your crossbow, Novo. Get your crossbow.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna kind of
that's at the coster, right? Unfortunately, they don't work at the coster. And I'd need a pretty good discount to be able to purchase that thing. Unless you
feel
want
like-
to, you know.
We need to quest before he can buy his crossbow.
I feel like don't they have stuff? They might have crossbows at Barthen's, but okay.
So you guys make your way to Barthen's. As you kind of get there, you go inside and you see 3 different people working there. So here's these guys at the top here. You recognize the 2 younger gentlemen, Ander and Thistle, kind of like stocking shelves and kind of moving boxes and crates about. It's a general store, so it stocks most ordinary goods and supplies, including backpacks, bedrolls, rope, and rations. But as you look around, there's no weapons or armor. Novo remembers that all the armors and such in town was actually at the Lounge Shield Coster. So, all sorts of provisions there. If you look at your rules on page 40, there's a list of different items that are sold there. 42, or sorry, no, that's weapons. 43 is all the items, the adventuring gear and such that are sold there. But behind the counter, all the way in the back of the store, is the proprietor. He is a lean and balding man of 50 years. And as you kind of walk in, he goes, "Hey, welcome! I'm Elmar. How can I help you?"
Oh, hey, Elbar. We're actually headed out to Nomenguard.
Oh, Nomenguard, yeah.
Yeah, Nomenguard. Is there anything we should know before we head out? I mean, is it inhospitable for any reason?
Yeah,
Well-
anything we need.
Need to get there? Well, thankfully it's not too far away. Gnomes, gosh, I don't really know about them. They don't come to town. They're pretty reclusive and they stick to themselves. They don't even come out to buy provisions or anything like that. Everybody buys their food from me, so I would know if they stop by. Whatever they're doing, they're getting their own resources themselves. So they're pretty reclusive and self-sufficient if I know anything. So,
Okay.
You know what I have heard though. This is nowhere near where you guys are going to be. But recently, I've heard that. You guys were on the Tribor Trail to get here from, I'm guessing, Neverwinter. Did you come from the big town?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you keep going east, it actually passes through the ruins of an old town called Coneyberry. It was sacked by barbarians years ago. There's actually, I've heard, a ruined temple south of it, and it's where the locals hid their gold when the barbarians came. So, if I don't know if you need any gold or anything like that, but I've heard that's a pretty good place to go check it out if you are in adventuring around, or if you find yourself going in that direction. So,
How far is Coneyberry?
So, what I'm gonna do, and this is Spencer talking, I'm gonna bring you guys back to the Sword Coast map. And I'm going to mark it on your map. Oh, actually, Coneyberry. You should see it there. In your handouts as well, you should have a handout of the Sword Coast map. And Coneyberry, as you can see, is more like northeast of Fandolin and such like that, going east on the trail. Yeah. So Dalton just highlighted it for us.
Yeah, that's pretty far. Right?
Yeah.
It's like the
This
opposite
is-
direction of where we need to go, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it also is gold, which we kind of desperately need.
So he told you that
would
tale.
be
but he
very
goes,
great.
But sorry I don't have much about Nomenguard and such like that. But is there anything else I can help you with? Any supplies you're looking for?
Let's see.
I'm gonna turn to my party members and no, I'm not. I just have a question. I have no idea what caltrops are. What are caltrops?
Oh, so caltrops are things that you throw down on the ground, and no matter which direction and no matter how they land, they're built in such a way that no matter how they land, there's a sharp, pointy end that always sticks up. They kind of actually D4s they look like D4s. Caltrops could easily look like D4s. If they were bladed, and they're designed to slow down people who are chasing you. So you just throw a bunch of them, just let loose a bag, and then people have to, Like if you had to just run across a hallway that had 1,000 D4s in it, you'd be like, ow.
Or
A
Legos.
bunch of Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mechanically,
like Legos,
in the game of D&D, I think they make it difficult terrain, which means it's like harder. It takes more time to like move through them, unless you like want to take some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that, I would like to buy a tent and a bag of caltrops.
Okay, go ahead and from your starting gold, go ahead and take that amount out. He just unless anybody mentions the performance to Elmar.
Hey, you guys still offering that discount?
Elmar looks at both of you and goes, "What?"
This is
We're the Diamond Anvil, and this is the Mighty Hammer.
Am I supposed to know who those are?
Yeah, well, I think your sons.
Sons.
Do you not have sons?
And he looks back at Andrew and Thistle, and they both go, and they kind of like scurry into like the back room and stuff like that. And he puts his hand on his face, and he goes, "God, let me guess. Did you guys perform at that inn last night?"
Yeah. We did.
Yes.
Yeah. These two have talked nothing else today. They didn't. I guess that's what they were chiming about. I thought they were talking about the blacksmith downtown. I didn't know that's what your names were.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they promised you a discount?
They did.
They did.
All right. Well, I'm gonna honor their words. All right. You know what? I'll take.
We also don't want to put you out. So like,
like a reasonable.
Like if you're comfortable with it. Like if you're not comfortable with it, we also understand. We don't want to be those customers and purchasers that make things unprofitable for you.
All right. Well, let's total up your total that all of your buying today, and I'll help you guys out.
Oh, awesome. Let us know if there's anything we can do for you.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
We can give you a shout out at our performance tonight. Some advertising.
Oh, yeah.
Really? You
Absolutely.
would do that?
Absolutely.
You're performing at the inn again tonight, right?
Well, how about
if we make it back after our questing time.
How about we take it further? How about you promise to give us a discount every time we come into the shop? If every time we perform, we announce, that we are sponsored by your store.
This is sounding better and better, especially with how riled up you got Andrew and Thistle. You know what? I can't guarantee on the bigger stuff I can give you a discount, but at least for smaller things that I can get off the top, yeah, let's work this out. So he negotiates with you? Yeah.
Real quick, I proposed that, but I didn't ask my team first.
Oh.
Team, are you all okay with that?
Oh, yeah. Nivara is just so excited to have her first sponsor. She's like, we're about to make it big, guys. We got our first sponsor.
I'm mostly concerned with UFO and his art. I know how precious his art is to him.
Well, I mean, I'm no sellout, but I do understand the importance of funding when it comes to art.
Yes.
I'm not a sellout, but I do like to eat. So.
Oh, okay, perfect. So he negotiates with you a 10% discount with the promise of advertising, and tells you if your performance continues to draw in more people, he's going to attend the next one, see how well you do, and then we'll increase that discount depending on how many people you bring in. So he's going to start off with 10% and then raise it depending on how much of a crowd you guys bring in continually. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so Ashley, just do a flat 10% on your items that you purchase, and then everybody else gets that discount. I don't want to spend too much time in the shop and everything, so if you guys want to buy anything that isn't weapons or healing items, no healing potions are in this store. Go ahead and purchase those items now. Did you have something, Ashley?
I have a question. How do you take 10% off of 3 gold pieces?
So 1 gold is worth 10 silver, and 10 silver is worth 1 copper.
Yeah, so treat it like it's 30 silver and then take
Yeah.
10% off.
You mean 10 copper is worth 1 silver?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I only deal in Electrum, so.
For those of you at home, we were just describing the currency system within D&D, and it is a 10 system. So 10 copper is 1 silver, and 10 silver is 1 gold. And there is a weird 4th currency called Electum, and nobody uses it. We can go over what it is, but nobody uses that currency. I'm not going to use that currency.
There is
like
platinum too, Spencer.
On your washing
Oh,
machine.
sorry, and there's platinum as well, which is also the 10 gold to 1 platinum roll. So, but yeah. So from there, did you guys pick out what quest that you wanted to do?
I think we were gonna go visit the
gnome.
Yes.
Nomenguard?
Oh, I thought we were gonna hit something else on the way.
I thought we were going to hit Umbridge Hill on the way.
So we're gonna hit Umbridge Hill on the way back.
Oh, on the way
That
back.
makes sense, but we don't take the lady with us on our quest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
You know.
I have a feeling if we bring her to Nomenguard, she might just die.
Yeah,
So
we're
be
supposed
it.
to bring her alive if we can.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys make your way to Nomenguard. So just to double check, this place should be black for you right now, right? Don't
Yes.
see anything?
Entirely.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. So, you guys make your way towards Nomenguard. You know, actually, I'll bring you back to the map real quick just to kind of show you guys traveling down. So on the map, you make your way down to Nomenguard. Sorry, I got the Roll20's freaking out for me right now. Okay. You guys make your way to Nomenguard. There's stuff I have to do. Sorry. There's stuff I have to do.
What do you have to do, Spencer?
All right. Let's see.
There's stuff he has to do.
120.
Oh yeah. So as we're walking.
Cool.
Oh.
Let's see.
Hills.
We're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking.
And we're walking.
How did you?
And we're walking.
How did you? So you two are twins from where? Neverwinter?
God,
Nobo?
no.
No.
No, we came from far, far beyond Neverwinter.
Oh. Like Neverwinter would?
With them.
No.
See, if I
came from
told you
Prague.
that, I might have to kill you, and I don't want to do that.
That doesn't seem right, but okay.
Okay.
Super secret birthplace.
Well, see, the thing is, it's because of magic. It is
Oh,
hidden.
okay.
And,
well, that's what I had to say. Magic
Yeah, well,
hid your
you know,
birthplace. You're an
that's
elf.
already
I
giving a
would
lot
say
of
reasonable.
information.
It was a traveling circus. We were born in a traveling circus.
Oh. Why are you lying, Novo? And
We're embarrassed.
why would you lie to me?
She's more proud of it than I am.
I was born in a barn. It's fine. I literally was born in a barn. My parents were farmers.
And I
Why
told
did
you
they
farming
give
stuff.
birth to you in the barn?
Well, there was all like the hay around, to like, and that's where she was. She was milking the cow. And then, she gave.
You just came.
Well, I came, That's how babies do. She couldn't, So yeah, I was born in a barn. So you don't have to be traveling circus. That's fine. You had a little like wagon, probably.
See, her and I expected different things from our, about our lives. I see
We
a
slept in the
reality
stables
where
Oh, I've slept in stables.
with the horses.
Sometimes with worse.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
okay. When I was in the military, where I was a combat medic, and one time I had to sleep in the stables because we were getting chased, and we hid there in the dookie, but they didn't check there, so the dookie saved my life.
You become one with it.
You become one with the dookie, and then you can evade detection from your enemies.
How's the game master doing?
Yeah, I'm ready. So
Thank you.
sorry. I can give a symbol or something when I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like maybe a thumbs up.
Anything.
Okay,
Give me
cool.
something that looks right now.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'll do that from now on. Okay, so
He's duping.
so just to let you guys know, we only have
canon
about
now. That's all canon now.
we only have about 25 minutes
Damn.
left before the stream is supposed to end. So we're not going to be able to finish everything in this because this is one of those bigger quests. But I've placed you on the map in kind of like the corner here. What is the marching order? How who's leading and all that kind of fun stuff?
I'll go first. I have the heavy armor.
Okay.
I'll be up there with. I'll be walking next to Doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm gonna hang out in the back, kinda.
where's info at?
It looks good how it is.
Okay, perfect. So we'll do that. So let me read you my little thingy from the booklet. You follow a stream uphill to the base of the mountain, where waterfall erosion has carved out a natural concavity. The roaring waterfall creates a cloud of mist as it plunges into a shallow pool of water, within which rise two small islands covered with 2-foot-tall red, green, and purple mushrooms. Several cave openings overlook the pool from rocky ledges, 20 to 30 feet above. The mountain blocks any sunlight from reaching this place.
I lean over to the group. I say, "Nobody touch the mushrooms."
I was thinking of eating one. They look delicious.
No, they look delicious. They're usually poison.
Can I do a perception check? I actually have dark vision as a dwarf, so since it's probably a little bit darker, I just want to look around. I particularly want to notice if there's just especially closer to the openings of the caves. I want to notice if there's anyone around there, if there's if I could tell that anyone's been here recently or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what is my perception? It's +0, so we're just gonna roll a straight up d20.
Can I also roll perception? I also have dark vision.
Yes, go right ahead.
I got a 14.
14, cool. And then I'll wait for Nivara to roll her roll.
So I don't.
19.
19. What's that, Justin?
I don't have dark vision.
Okay.
Well, Nivara got a 19, so let's just go with that.
Yeah. It is not super dark right here. So you don't have to worry about seeing in the dark. It's just dim, but it's not dark. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You don't need dark vision to kind of see this. It's just it's like a shadow a bit, just shadowed right here. So if there is a location that is darker than normal, I will let you know. But this isn't. You don't need dark vision to see this kind of area.
Yeah, so we left early in the day. What time is it then?
It's probably. I said it would probably take 4 hours to get here.
Okay.
So if you guys left, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
As a quick side note, Dan, would you like to explain to the viewers what dark vision is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, some creatures have it. A lot of it's basically explained on lore and stuff. Like dwarves, for example, lived in mountains. They live in caves and stuff, and because of that, there's not a lot of sunlight, so their eyes naturally adapt to being able to see in the dark. That's kind of the lore behind it. How it actually works in game is anytime that there is you're in darkness and any normal vision creature is trying to see, they're not really going to be able to see. Whereas if you have the dark vision, it appears as dim light, and I think it's like a 60-foot radius around you.
Yeah, you can
Um,
see in dim light as if it's normal light for 60 feet, and you can see in dark light
Dark
as
light
if it's
as
dim
in-
light and 60
Mhm.
feet.
Mhm.
And dim light is like kind of black and white. Normal is like
Right.
normal is kind of how they
Mhm.
kind of describe it.
Yep. Yeah. So that's dark vision.
So Spencer, how many of
That's
these
it.
cave openings do we see? Is it like a few, just one?
Yeah. So I was going to reveal. So both of you guys rolled perception. So Dan got a 14, Ashley got a 19. So both of you see basically that to your character's left. I just marked on the map. I pinged it a little bit. There is the one that's 30 feet up. The first entrance on the left has kind of like a route up it. So you can easily just kind of like walk up it. And as you can see, like from your general position, Nivara specifically sees footprints, like a kind of like a well-worn trail that goes from like not down the river, but to the water's edge, near like where the mushrooms are, and then back up the ledge. From like you guys are pretty far off, but Nivara, because you rolled so high, you can kind of see that there's clearly a trail there. So
I'm gonna elbow Novo and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, dork, do you think those are gnome-sized footprints?" And point out the footprints.
Well, I don't know, but I can go look. So, how far away did you say they were?
If you scroll
I
out,
have-
you can probably see more of the map of like what's revealed and get a good idea of how far away things are.
Right, the footprints that you were talking about.
How
I
far
guess-
away are
I
they
guess-
from us? Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. So each square is about 5 feet. So 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 feet-ish to the first parts of the trail.
Yeah, so I'd like to, I guess, move closer, and make a try and investigate these footprints to see
Sure,
what
yeah.
information they could give me.
You
So
can go
are you
ahead.
gonna
Yeah.
cross the river or the stream?
Yeah, why not? It'll be fine, right?
Yeah, it's a
it-
slow-moving stream, so
Okay.
it only comes up to maybe about 2 feet at the deepest in the center. So you can just easily wade across it.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. You guys are able to make it across the stream just fine. Is everybody else in the party following up behind them?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can go ahead and move yourselves closer, and you want to investigate the footprints, right, Nova?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me. See what you can find from these footprints.
And
Is that a 10?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's clearly a path, but any other information is unknown at this time. You can tell that the gnomes don't leave this place because the path doesn't lead down the river or go further down.
Sure.
The best you could guess is that this path is clearly for them to go to the Mushroom Islands.
Interesting. Seems like they are making their way back and forth between this elevated ridge here and or opening and the Mushroom Islands in the middle of the river further
just-
down.
When he says this, I'm just gonna kind of like hold my head and I'm gonna sigh and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, yes, Novo. We can all see where the path leads."
Is there any light coming from outside the cave, or like does it seem lit on the inside, or?
Yeah, as you get closer and you peer inside, because it's like 30 feet up, so you can kind of like lean it, like see kind of like maybe the entranceway, but not deep, but you can see the entranceway. There's a lantern actually like nailed into like the side of the wall, just kind of like dimly glowing.
Hey, Novo, you've read about a lot of stuff. You know a lot of stuff, right? So if they're going back and forth between these islands to get these mushrooms, why would they want the mushrooms? Do you know what those mushrooms are? Do you know? Are they magic?
If
Are
you
they,
want,
are they tasty?
if you want Novo, you can make a nature check.
I could. I am not. To answer your question, Doctor. I'm more knowledgeable in arcana and history, in the lores of the world. However, I could detect or try to detect if there's magic here. I could see what I can gather, but I'm not as familiar with nature itself.
Okay.
See, yeah. So I'll go ahead and make a nature check.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the best. I guess
one
we
of the
have no
things-
reason to think that they're magical mushrooms or
Yeah.
whatever. But
So that was the thing. I was going to say, if you do want to see if they're magical, you can absolutely make an Arcana check. But if you're just checking to see do I recognize this type of mushroom or what they might do, that's definitely nature.
yeah, I think that's better for this situation.
Yeah,
to everybody at home. Oh, sorry, Justin.
I would say the other way, you don't have to use a spell slot
For detect magic.
Yeah, for
Well,
detect,
I was just gonna say an
Fair.
Arcana check, but yeah. To everyone at home, for DMs, this is a DM tip. It's good to kind of just read through the skill check section because it does break down what each check kind of does, which is really good. Because I remember when I started, I knew roughly from the tomato method, basically how the stats kind of interact with the world, but knowing what the stats do, the skills do as well, is very good at kind of understanding, oh, well, if he wants to find out what a mushroom is, that's definitely a nature thing. But if he wants to know anything about magic, that's Arcana. So that's always good to know.
So I roll a 13.
13. Yeah. They are mushrooms for sure that probably do not contain any magical properties.
Okay. Well, that does help.
Yeah.
We still do not know if they what use they may be, whether they are poisonous or not.
Guys,
Probably not poisonous.
I know we're doing the mushroom thing, but are these gnomes friendly? Maybe we should just like say hi and ask if anyone's home.
I mean,
yeah,
we're
rather than
supposed to
sneaking
talk
around.
to them and see if they've got any inventions to fight dragons. So,
all right,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just go see if they have.
let's just try to follow the path.
I'm just gonna start playing my bagpipes.
Well,
Okay.
perfect.
And I'm performing for them.
So you do notice as you kind of approach this like entranceway and stuff like that, and you're trying to play like your bagpipes. The waterfall's pretty loud. Like it's not like out musicking. It's not like so loud you can't hear the people. Your party members can't hear your bagpipes. But as you get closer, it is definitely a very loud waterfall. But yeah, is everybody making their way up the path to the entranceway and such?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to reveal just this little entranceway here, but it is 9:48 and it is 10 minutes till 10. I figured at this point in time we can kind of like conclude our session here before we get too in depth in the entrance and inner workings of Nomenguard. But that is going to be where we pick up for session 2. So, what I'd like to do, since we have just like, about 10 minutes before we kind of conclude our stream and everything like that, did we kind of want to review our first session and kind of like what everybody's thoughts were and any kind of advice we wanted to go over and such like that? I know I can definitely go over what my plans were for this session and talk about how DMs can kind of build off their players with what they want to do. But does anybody have any beginning thoughts first off?
I think we've captured the hearts and minds of the Fandolin public.
Yes.
We're
I'm
pretty
actually really
popular.
happy with the stream from a mechanical perspective because we got to address something that's kind of rarely talked about and I think fairly misunderstood in D&D, and that is group check or the help action. So that happened a lot this.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about inspiration, which is cool, and we broke that down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Also, the wrestling match was awesome.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I had a lot of
Fantastic,
fun
guys.
with the role playing tonight. I thought that was great, and I thought we were all able to build off of each other really well in our different roles.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Um,
like, sorry.
and I was just gonna say, and I would recommend that to players and DMs is like,
Yeah.
just have fun with it within reason. Just see where it takes you. Again, within reason, but like, you know, if there's a wrestling match, just have at it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And
yeah, going off of that, yes, anding this conversation. Yeah, one of the things that they describe within the beginning of this adventure here is the roles of the DM. And they talk about how the DM is three main things: a referee, a storyteller, and a role player. But the thing is, like right after that, right after they give these very strict things of what the DM is, it gives you some DM tips. And one of the things it says is modify the adventure to suit your tastes, but be consistent and fair. So making sure that the rules are even and always understood. But it's not a competition. That's one of the main things, is that this book really communicates that it's not the DM versus the players or anything like that. It's a shared story that you have to embrace. And that's what I wanted to kind of talk about, is that I really appreciate everybody's helpful like suggestions and informing me when I got the rules wrong, because like Justin was saying, group checks and helping each other out is often something that is not always done right, and I'm very thankful to have party members who was able to correct me on that. And so if I have any advice to give to DMs at home, it's definitely listen to your players and try to understand like if you've made a mistake, just own up to it. Just say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, and then just kind of go off the rules as they're intended, but don't forget to embrace that it's fun. And one of the things that I started out that I wanted to do for this session was to get everybody up and at 'em to do like the quests and stuff like that. But the party was really big on wanting to do a performance and earn their keep, earn their stay at the Stonehill Inn with Toblin and all that. And we went off of that, and everybody had a great time. I just try to use the rules that were already there and integrated that into the story to have people just do a performance check, a group performance check, to see how well the party did, and had everybody narrate it. And everybody did a fantastic job. And clearly, everybody had a fun time with that kind of role playing, and it was still had those mechanical checks in there to kind of bounce it out.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about this campaign is that we're 2 sessions in and we haven't done any combat yet.
And we're still having fun.
And we're still having fun. Exactly. Like, I love that. I love the whole dynamic of the wrestling troupe. It's never done a wrestling troupe in D&D campaign before, so that's a new one.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to just like how good of an idea and how important session zeros are. Like if we had all come in with pre-made characters, we wouldn't have had like some sort of like united backstory and like something in common to like build up off of. And like because we all came together before we actually started playing the game and made all that stuff collaboratively, we were able to kind of like build up something like really cool at the beginning instead of having to try and find it over the course of a few sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I think I really appreciate, because that's a really good point, Dalton, because I don't think that I've had that in a campaign before, is like having like a united backstory. I feel like I usually make my character and come into a session and we all meet in a tavern, and then we kind of come up with something along the way, and it kind of I feel like you're right, it does take a couple sessions to kind of catch your stride. And I feel like being able to have that good session zero, and like, yeah, we made our characters somewhat independently, but we were able to brainstorm and go off of each other, and I think we really got those fruits of our labor, so to speak, in this with the with establishing those dynamics early on,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have a lot more
and
material to work with, right? You yeah, you kind of build it out in your way, in the way that you want, but also in the party. That's just going to be naturally more fun, but that gives you a lot more material to role play off of.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any other closing thoughts from anybody?
I
Um,
guess I've got a question directed at Christian, and I guess the rest of the party. I guess I just want to make sure that my player is not too obnoxious at the moment. So just wanted to kind of check in with you guys. Because I do want Nivara to be kind of a more obnoxious player, but not to the point where it's not fun for everyone else.
No.
So I just wanted to check in on that.
I love Nivara. I mean,
Yeah.
I think your character is so like pretty funny. I think you know, with her just constantly like nagging and it because it's a dynamic. You know, she's like the not nagging, but like the constantly like you know nipping at her brother's heels,
Yeah.
like poking fun at him. You know, constantly like always has something to say about that. Whereas like her brother's like you know Novo's the more stoic, the more you know like relaxed like um so I think it's a really good duality between you know the whole twin thing that you guys got going on there.
Yeah, it's like a, and not to go like too deep into like the TV tropes type dialogue, but like it's, you two have a really good like straight man, like wise guy kind of like dynamic
Mhm.
between the two of you that works really well comedically.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I think I always see these sorts of situations as a balance, obviously. And I think when you do have the moments of seriousness of actually like and it still could be goofy, but like being goofy together or like actually enjoying each other's company and like actually being genuine or like or having moments where like, oh, we like we're saving each other, we care about each other still, right? Like, even though we go through these moments where like we're like, you know, I cut you off or I, you know, whatever,
Right,
like
spatting with each other.
it I think it makes both parts shine, right? Because I don't think you
Mhm.
could have just one or the other, because that's a relationship. It's a roller coaster, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're good. It'll be fun.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Going off of a good session 0 and like building characters together. I know I asked some of those 3 questions that the adventure told us to ask, which are any of the characters related to each other? Which we decided, Novo and Navara are twins and stuff like that. What keeps the characters together as a party? Well, it's because they're all a troupe together, and they want to entertain in one way or another. And you know, the last one was, what does each character like about almost every other member of the adventuring party? Which we haven't fully answered yet, but we'll get there. To the DMs at home, another way to do that is sometimes I just do a Google search about like questions to get to know someone, and I'll just have like the party members like answer that at the beginning of the session. Just like for an example, I've like, what age do you want to live to? That'd be a very interesting question for a lot of these different party members because of how each of these people age and stuff like that. So you know, there's tons of like, just sometimes just Googling good questions to ask is like a very helpful thing to kind of get your players to kind of come up with some stuff together. But yeah, that was my main thing. I can kind of conclude it if
Yeah.
you guys are ready to go. Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Cool.
Good session, everybody.
Well,
Thanks for sticking with us to the viewers. Oh, sorry.
the adventuring troupe has entered into Fandolin. After spending the night entertaining some of the local guests, can they keep up the momentum of their grand esteem flowing and attract more and more people to the small town of Fandolin? Will they find what's going on in Nomenguard and possibly, you know, get some magic items to help them slay the White Dragon Cryovane? Find out next week when we have our session 2 of the ABCs of RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons Essentials Kit. And that's all I got. So everybody want to say bye?
That's the show.
Thank you all.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
everybody.
coming.
See you
Well,
next week.
We're
That's
using
it.
the Essentials Kit from Dungeons and Dragons. We're using Roll20. Thank you to Hero Forge for our character art.
Yes.
I think, does that cover everything that we used?
The
D&D Beyond for some of our character sheets.
D&D Beyond for some of our character sheets. These are all great options for you guys as players and DMs at home to potentially use.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been using for the NPCs Pathfinder 2nd edition characters that were provided for free on Roll20 as a free asset. Thank you, Roll20. Thank you, Pathfinder. Appreciate that.
All right.
Like and subscribe. Thanks,
Like and
guys.
subscribe, everybody. You know how that goes.
If you're thinking about purchasing anything D&D or TTRPG, card gaming, whatever it may be, always don't forget to support your local game store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Please.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. All right.
All right, everybody.
Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye.